2, 1.
Hello and welcome everyone to Charmed Fantasy with Old World Charm and our amazing team here that has been running through Dungeons of Drakkenheim as written by the Dungeon Dudes. We're loving it, and by now, hopefully, you stumbled across us and hanging out with us for about half a dozen episodes now. And yeah, this is a pretty great opportunity to hang out, explore a very dark, grim, dark world that has us really on the edge of our seats. I find myself reminding myself to unclench more often than not as a player here. But that is also the skill of our incredible guest DM. That is Josh Henderson there, and my incredible peers in the realm of loving roleplay, and that I'll have them introduce themselves, and that will be Laurie. Go ahead and tell us about you.
Fair enough. Hey, I'll start. I'm Laurie. See me lurking around on social media as mostly trustworthy in Drakkenheim, which is such a crazy cool
Mhm.
environment. I'm playing Ryan Deline. She is a level 4 warlock of the Cosmic Patron. Um, she's here in Drakkenheim because she is motivated to kill the monsters that killed her family and to protect other people from going through the same fate that she went through. And as she spends a little bit more time, she's finding she's not hating fighting monsters.
Hmm.
Kind of having some it's hard to say having fun in Drakkenheim, but you know what? We're doing our best and really looking forward to tonight to see what's happened or see what's going to happen. All right, next, my other companions. Isaac's up.
I'm Isaac. I'm Conflux Creatures and Conflux Dice and Oh Hi Mark on the internet. And yeah, I'm playing Thales the Curious, Guild Mage of the Amethyst Academy, here to make prudent choices and act as a voice of reason to young Erasmus Saint Wraith.
Honestly, I feel like Erasmus, who I forgot to introduce, he's got his whole cover blown. He just revealed a big ability, and I'm really excited to see where that falls into. As Erasmus is a apothecary mutagenicist or mutagenist, excuse me. And this is a class that Dungeon Dudes created that is completely new. It has its own list of subclasses. This subclass, I think, was intended in flavor to be like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, alchemical transmogrification. I took it to a spiritual level, so if there's some confusion on what I'm playing, it's just more like channeling a divine energy rather than science and having fun with all that. So he is a human, 18 years old, and boy, he's trying hard to survive, and at the same time he's definitely 18 because he's thinking about getting back and having another conversation with the cute badass epic girl guards that he's surrounded with in the form of either Petra but definitely Claudia. I wish Josh did not make these people so cool. So with that said, Josh, introduce anything about you and your amazing credentials, because you're amazing and we love having you, and take it away.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, at Charm Fantasy, I've been here for, was it 3 campaigns? I think I've done 3. I think this might be 4. I don't remember if it's my 3rd or 4th. But love being here. Love playing with my glorious friends here. And loving Drakkenheim. It is incredibly fun. This is genuinely not an ad, but if you pick this module up, 10 out of 10, you will love it. It's very, very, very fun. It's very easy to run, and you get to create a whole bunch of terror for your friends, which is also very fun.
So well, yeah.
Perfect.
Amazingly well made.
Terrorize your friends.
Terrorize your friends.
Yeah, exactly. Dungeons and Drakkenheim. Terrorize your friends by the Dungeon Dudes.
Somebody
They would love that.
Get that to the guys. They'll like it.
Yeah.
So, as an update of our last session, went through the Rat's Nest Tavern, cleared out a good portion of the ratlings, not all of them, but enough of them. Conquered the Rat Prince, and then started moving away from the Rat's Nest Tavern. The issue with Rat's Nest Tavern is that it's on the other side of Drakkenheim, right? It is probably one of the furthest points from where you want to be if you're going back to Emberwood. So we have quite a long evening and possibly day in front of us as we begin to move through the city. And we're going to go ahead and do encounter rolls and all of that. And from the last session, we had one encounter roll that kicked us off. And it was as you were kind of slowly slinking through the city and moving slowly on purpose to avoid detection, you have a hostage that has been healed and has been armed, Petra, with you, and is chosen to accompany you as you move through the city back to Emberwood. You find yourself at not in front of, but like kind of in the general vicinity of a massive troll that is walking through the streets of Drakkenheim, wearing a large pack, stinks as trolls are ought to do, of rancid ale and meat that has turned. So not a great smelling troll. Seems to be just one walking through the city. It seems to be heading towards the inner city. So you are, if we pull open the map, which I happen to have open, we are currently in the sprawl, to give an idea of where each of you are, and heading towards the one of the main gates, which is either Shepherd's Gate, which is on each of your maps, it's number 5, or Temple Gate, which is number 4. However, Temple Gate is also guarded, as each of you saw, by a very large contingent of kind of like cross-mutagen human wolves. Human gnolls, I think, is a better term. They're not werewolves; they're more crossed with gnolls. Mm-hmm. None of you have been to Shepherd's Gate. It might be a quick and relatively easy way to pass through the city if you were to move through it and then move to the south. Hard to say. Haven't tried it. But it seems as though the troll itself is moving to the north from where you are in the sprawl up towards Shepherd's Gate. None of you have been discovered yet. You have probably been an action before I start to ask for stealth rolls, depending on what you are going to do. But because you are moving slow, you kind of have the jump on this. So what would you like to do?
Okay, so it's moving towards Shepherd's Gate. How far away did you say Shepherd's Gate was, roughly?
Shepherd's Gate is going to be... It's not very far from where you are. You are going slow, so it will be probably... It depends on how you play this, but probably another encounter roll if you avoid this entirely to get to Shepherd's Gate. Mm-hmm. So it'll probably be about an hour for you to get there. Because you are... If you're looking at your map right now, you're south of number 6, which is the Rat's Nest Tavern. So you have to kind of go back up north to go to Shepherd's Gate. But you haven't been there yet. That's the one gate you haven't actually taken a look at.
What if we follow the troll and see if we can see how it gets through?
I wanted to do that too. That's so funny.
I think that's a great idea. So we stay back, we stay quiet, and we...
Is there any kind of complete cover that we can dive behind, right? Because it's not coming directly towards us, but it's like it's a situation where we've spotted it before they spot us. But if we stay where we are, they will eventually come to where they probably notice us.
You would have to, if you're going to stay where you are, then you would roll a stealth roll. If you try to find cover, I'll ask probably a survival check of each of you to find cover, and then if you succeed, then you get advantage on the stealth roll.
Cool. Kind of let's see if we could just is there a... Yeah, I'd like to see if there's a building with a broken door that we could surreptitiously move into, hopefully without making too much noise.
Okay, yeah. So anyone who wants to go ahead and roll survival, you're essentially looking for somewhere to hide. which will give you advantage on this stealth check.
That's
Okay.
not good for me.
Somebody other than me, maybe.
I got a pretty good roll. Let me see if I'm proficient, which I believe this character is.
Got a hot 2.
A hot 2. Okay.
Not that.
Literally one
immediately-
away.
Yeah,
Uh,
immediately
Not
go
that
to a
hot.
locked door and start like jiggling the doorknob.
Yeah.
I got a 16.
A 16. Okay.
That's- I'm
Cool.
a 15, so better than I am.
15. Actually, 15's not bad at all. So, Ryan and Erasmus, can each of you give me a stealth check with advantage? Thales, I just need a regular stealth check from you. You were literally one away
Beautiful.
from disadvantage.
All right, I roll
Okay.
disadvantage and now advantage, so I roll 1 dice because my armor.
Oh, I'm rolling with disadvantage too. Thank you for reminding me. Okay,
Oh.
so 19 for the first one
Oh,
and
no.
19 for the second one.
Oh,
love that.
wow. All right, I got a 14 total on
Okay.
mine.
Great. So 19,
I'm-
14,
19.
19. Nice. I like to imagine that Thales he pulled a Kronk where he went up to the door and jingled it and then just went ah! And it pulled the troll for whatever reason. Troll's like, great. It's totally
100%.
normal that
like,
they just
hold your breath.
hanging out.
I'm like, Phales, you can breathe now. You can breathe. Exhale.
Great. So each of you managed to, position yourselves, find a place to hide as this troll kind of passes through, and by you, and seemingly unnoticed, which is an interesting thing because Drakkenheim's not really, again, a safe place, and so a traveler, no matter what kind of race it would be, usually would have their kind of guards
Guard
up, right? They would definitely be paying attention to what's going on around them. This troll doesn't seem to care, so continues to kind of keep moving forward towards Shepherd's Gate.
I don't know if we should be worried that there's nothing in this city that can threaten this, or maybe he's just drunk.
Yeah, or he's just not paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those.
So
Maybe-
many.
Maybe his troll wife just broke up with him.
He's looking for trouble.
There's so many unnatural things here in the city.
Well,
If it's
yeah.
not a threat, we can just watch it.
So if we want to try, I would love to see if we can follow this troll. Now, how fast is it moving? Would we have to increase our pace to? Well, no. If we go medium, if we go mid speed, we just can't be stealthy at all, right?
Right.
Okay. But he's
as-
drunk. He's probably not a speed demon.
Yeah, definitely not moving speedily. If you were to move slow, you could definitely stay behind them and not have to roll stealth. If you were to go medium, I will say if you go medium, which would be normal speed,
Right.
you would manage to keep up with the troll,
Yeah.
fully. If you move slow speed, it will slowly gain on you. It will get the distance will expand, but it's a pretty far distance to lose sight of such a.
It's a troll. It's a troll.
It's a troll.
Let's start following it slow. Now the risk is that we might end up encountering a second thing at the same time as the troll. I'm willing to take that risk. What about you guys?
I'm willing to take that risk, absolutely.
I think so.
The
I think
troll also is included in the encounter roll.
Mhm,
So
mhm. Yeah,
because you are moving slow, you can stealth, but the troll cannot. So that is a component of this roll.
For sure.
I love the idea of us using it like
It's like bait.
fish will stick to a shark
Yeah.
to
Or just like a big guy in a crowded room. It's like if you're trying to get to the other side of the room, find a big guy who's moving that way and get behind him.
Well, And-
drafting.
Yeah.
if he wakes up something else, maybe the two of them can have a nice party and we can just watch.
Always a bigger
Let
fish.
them take care of each other.
Ideally, he won't be on his way into the human trap.
Right.
As we're moving through, we're going slowly, we're being careful. We also going through, do we see any buildings? Do we see any, if we paying attention to, if we're going by anything that looks like there might be an opportunity for us to quickly pop in and see if there's anything about.
I will say, I will give you the option here that you do have an option to do that. And this goes whenever. This isn't like just a now thing. You can always spend a good portion of time and search the surrounding area. If you just generally search, you are generally searching for like delirium. That will lose you an hour, which means you lose the troll.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is always an option in Drakkenheim. It is always an option, and depending on your roles in there, things get a little bit wacky. But you don't move anywhere from where you are. You just kind of like poke around in the area that you're at. So to answer kind of like your general searching question, you can always do that in these situations. It always depends on the roles you have in the encounter, and then how you have dealt with it. If you've killed it and you loot whatever, then you get stuff from it. But
We're moving through. We got to get out.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So you're gonna go ahead and follow the troll. Is that the?
Yeah, kind of north towards the Shepherd's Gate, where we imagine it's headed.
Great.
Very much head on. Rye's got a head on a swivel, looking, listening.
Making sure
smelling
3 trolls
everything.
don't pop out from the from the alley behind us.
Troll trap.
Oh, hey Frank. Oh, how's it going?
Why the hell are you calling that one Tiny Tim?
Okay, that's not that preposterous. I'm just thinking in terms of like Pomo bear doctors, right? Like out in the woods, they disguise themselves as bears to lure hunters into a false sense of security, so they could pop out with a knife and murder them. Like,
I have a new thing to fear now when I go hiking.
yeah.
If you see a bear with a knife, you're screwed. Just
Right.
run.
It's
Just
like there
run.
might
I pull out a knife to fight the bear. It pulls out a bigger knife. I'm like, what the hell?
Like if you want to lure someone who's cautious into a false sense of security, the thing to present them with is not something safe, because they'll be suspicious of that. The thing to present them with is something with a level of danger that they think they've got a good bead on.
Well said.
Here we go.
That's actually, yeah. I don't mean to sound surprised, but that's brilliant.
Yeah. If you want someone to fall for your trapped door, put a second, more obvious trap on the door.
Yeah. Don't give
Yeah.
them the puppy.
It's
The puppy's in the serial killer van going, "Hi, free puppies." Yeah, I know.
The Tomb of Annihilation has the jumping trap where you have to clear the obvious pit trap, and you land on another pit trap. It's amazing.
Okay.
We're troll stalking, and all right.
I'm just
all right.
imagining all the terrible things that could be about to happen to us.
Right,
Yeah,
like I
right.
have to kill everything I see. Okay.
So if this is the game plan, go ahead and roll. Anyone can do this, but go ahead and roll me a encounter roll.
Yeah.
Isaac.
I need a D100, a D10, and then a D20 for fun.
Okay.
What if each of us rolls a different one of those?
More than welcome to do that. However you would like to roll
All
these,
right.
it is entirely up
Can I
to
do?
you.
Can I do the 100?
I'll do the D20.
There
Okay.
we go. And so I've got the 10.
D10, yep.
18 for the hundo.
18. Okay.
0 on the 10.
So that's a 10.
10 on the 10.
10 on the 10.
And I got a 9 on the 20.
9 on a 20. Nice. Okay. Great. Hey.
I love this.
I would like everyone to. Actually, this isn't. This is. It could be worse. It could be worse. I mean,
What?
it
It's so much
can't
fun.
be
I can't
worse.
stand it.
Too worse, but it actually couldn't. It could be worse. Okay, so everyone go ahead and
3
roll me.
trolls pop out from the alley.
Yeah.
3 trolls in a
oddly
trench
enough,
coat.
Three trolls. Everyone go ahead and roll me a stealth check, because that's my assumption that everyone is operating with this.
We're attempting.
Yeah.
We're attempting.
All
All right.
right.
Oh, no.
Only 2 of us have disadvantage on this, though. So
I have 5 total.
Oh! Okay, that's a nat 20 and a 17, so 17.
Sick. Okay, so 17, still great.
21.
21, okay, 17. Whew, okay, great. All right, so you are sneaking behind this troll, and it seems like it's got a mission, but it doesn't seem to be taking that mission with much haste. Trolls aren't known for their intelligence, so maybe it's just too dumb to know that there are greater dangers than it inside of the city of Drakkenheim. However, it soon finds out. You hear this roar from the sky as you see I gotta pull it up. Hold on. This almost like a lion tiger with these massive bat wings just swoop down and instantly just grapple this troll. For action economy, none of you are in combat. I would like each of you to roll initiative just so I have it.
Oh my god.
No, we are not.
But you are watching this troll being absolutely rolled on by this.
Let it happen.
Each of you know what it is, but I'm not going to say.
Let it happen. I'm a 19.
19.
Yeah, this is not like a common sight outside of Drakkenheim, right?
No, yeah, this is like a... yeah, this is a common sight relatively in Drakkenheim. This is, I think, like a first taste of, like, Drakkenheim's genuinely very dangerous. That a manticore will fall from the sky and attack a troll on the, like, wide open streets is a wild thing.
Right.
Anywhere
Make a
else
wish.
in the world.
Make a wish.
Make a wish.
I got a 12.
Rasmus, look, how majestic.
The circle of...
17 for me.
God, oh no. What'd you get, Felix?
17.
17, okay. Let me,
Would you rather us tell you or type it into our Discord?
You could just tell, you could just tell me.
Okay.
Because I don't have that open. Right
Okay,
now,
perfect.
So.
Just checking.
Okay, and this is gonna be... Okay, I'm gonna pull this one.
And this is the first time I can't imagine that Rye has seen a manticore before.
Yeah, probably the first time.
No. Given this thing's like the face that the manticore face that I'm imagining on this thing, given that, is it reasonable to assume that this used to be a person?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
It seems as though this is not like a mutated like creature that has come from Drakkenheim. It almost seems very much like what you're kind of seeing with the troll. It almost seems as though creatures tend to like make their way here because they can. It's easy to find food, or it's already a destabilized environment. They can kind of carve their own thing out, whatever.
Like wildlife proliferating in Chernobyl. It's just
exactly. Yeah, it's a very
Amazing.
good way to put that. Yeah.
It's like yeah, it's radioactive, but there's way less people here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Burrow's End, man. Burrow's End.
Okay, so the three of you are going to go first. You are more than welcome to take an action, bonus action, movement, however you would like, in any order that the three of you would like, because none of you, again, are in combat. It's just the flying creature, the manticore, and the troll that are actively fighting. So you can choose whatever action you would like in whatever order you would like, but each of you just gets one turn, and they'll do their stuff.
I'm just observing. I'm just observing and trying to stay hidden.
Yeah.
Probably with an edge towards trying to observe over trying to stay hidden.
Okay.
And I am basically doing the same thing with maybe just a little bit more trying to stay hidden, but absolutely watching and seeing. So I'm imagining that as we're hidden a little bit, probably kind of crouch down very close to Faley's and maybe even put a little hand on his shoulder and say, "This is amazing.
I know,
And we can get through this if we continue to be careful. And look at all of this. We're going to get through this. Look at what we're learning. And casting guidance on him.
Um,
Take some guidance, Bailey's. Take some guidance.
outstanding. Yeah.
Okay, so as a point of order for the actions that you want to take in your turn, are you trying to hide or no?
If we are not hidden, I would like that. Yeah, I would like to hide.
Okay.
That sounds
Yep.
great.
Okay.
I'm
just kind of playing this like each at the end of the round, each of you will roll stealth, and we'll see kind of where it goes from there. Because they might just like one gets tossed in front of you, and they're like, "That's weird. Why are there a bunch of humans in front of me? That's bizarre." Yeah. That's kind of how I'm playing.
Nope.
So.
Yeah,
Totally
I don't know if I'd
fine.
want food in a fight.
Okay, so is guidance a bonus action or an action? Right.
Action.
It's an action.
Right. Okay, so do you want to cast guidance, or can you do hide as a bonus action? I don't think you can. 'cause you're in a row, right?
I think hiding's
Right.
priority. We can work out what else to do after
my
we
bad.
hide.
Hiding.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I'm a goblin. I'm not a goblin. No, yes, I'll hide.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, not yet. We'll get to it at the end of the round. So hide. You'll just get advantage on the stealth check. Is kind of how we're gonna roll with that.
Wait, who gets advantage on the stealth check?
At the end of the round, each of you who use the hide action will just get advantage on that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Because you're not actively in combat yet, so you don't have to like.
So far, we're still hidden for the moment.
Exactly. Yeah. And Erasmus, what would you like to do?
Hide. Yeah.
Okay.
And if I can, let's see, bonus actions. Let's see. I can give someone the help action as a bonus action, but if we're all getting advantage at the end of this, I don't think it matters. But if there's an opportunity to do something helpful, I will. So that's what I'll do. I'll kind of just gently, with getting used to my new armor, just try to really not make any noise over the sound of the apex predators battling nearby.
It's King
like
Kong
Kong
versus
versus
Godzilla. Yeah, it's exactly it, Laurie. That
That was the vibe I was feeling, honestly. Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
I absolutely would be watching that stuff. It's like,
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Gotta watch this. I could die here and I don't care. This is awesome.
All right. Cool. So that's everyone's turn. We're gonna go to the monster fight, the kaiju fight, happening down the street here.
Kaiju next door. Nice.
Oh my god! I literally rolled almost 3 8s. What the?
I need to now play the Gypsy Danger battle music.
That's wild. Okay. This is just gonna be a fight with myself. Is what this is gonna be.
Let us know if you need it.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I need any help.
You've got a lot of confidence in our ability to hide.
That's true. That's true. Well, okay, so
You've met us, right?
in a much more cinematic first round than I expected, what you see this manticore swoop down and like land on the back of this troll, and with both kind of front claws and its like bite, it attempts to kind of go for the soft spots of the troll. And you see the troll manage to shrug a lot of it off, defending itself with its pack. And as the manticore kind of like pushes off, the troll also tries to grab with both of its arms and get a bite in, and no luck on any of them. So they're just swinging and missing right now. It's a full blown like let them fight kind of moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So it's the end of the round. So I need advantage stealth rolls from each of you. We'll end the round that way, and then we go back to the top of the initiative order. In which case, it's the 3 of you again, unless you catastrophically fail.
So disadvantage canceling out advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4 for me.
Okay.
I think I get like to my hiding spot, and I see the troll like deflect the manticore bite with its with like the big barrel on its back, and I just leave it by the sage. Like,
and I got a 24, and as soon as he starts going out, I'm like, maybe grab the back of
Did you
someone.
see
Yeah,
that?
you're like grabbing.
And when he says,
I pull
when
back.
you see that, he pokes
Amazing.
me in the eye because I got a nat 1, and I go, God damn it, Bailey's!
Oh no. Okay, so it's
I have disadvantage and advantage, and I got a nat 1.
whew, okay. What was your success, Laurie? What did you get?
18 and 5, so
18.
23.
Okay. You should be thanking Ryan so much right now because I didn't roll great, but I didn't roll a nat 1 or a 4, so I didn't. Had she not managed to yank both of you back, it would have been a different conversation that we're having. Okay, great. So each of you managed to hide as the fight kicks off. It is now each of your turns. Seeing no damage done to either of the creatures in front of you, how would you like to proceed?
What do we think the odds are that this troll would be grateful if we rescued him?
How do you know the Manticore wouldn't be grateful if we didn't rescue them?
Do manticores speak common?
Can I do a knowledge on that?
Yeah, each of you can
Can I
go
also do
ahead
knowledge?
and do what would it be? Survival? Animal handling. We'll do animal handling. For
Okay.
the Manticore.
Alright.
So,
For both
Okay.
of them. You just roll for
so you're
both.
telling me that not all
That's a
these beasts...
19 for animal handling.
Nice.
I
Okay.
got 10, yeah.
A 10. Okay, so the Manticore, you know that the Manticore does speak common,
Uh-huh.
but trolls don't.
Okay.
I-
Do I
Trolls-
know that
trolls speak
manticores
giant.
are the worst?
Manticores are, like, as far as disposition goes, out of the two, Manticore is the worst to deal with. They're not going to be happy-go-lucky. They're both really stupid. But out of the two of them that I would choose to deal with, if I could speak giant, I would pick the troll.
If you couldn't
That
speak
would be
giant,
me.
like that's kind of the conundrum is like
Yeah.
something we can't speak with that's nicer, I guess,
Mm.
still eat us, or the thing that we can speak with where Ryan could leverage her
Okay.
amazing force of personality.
Now,
How do we know these aren't mindless killers like many of the monsters that we've seen or we've heard of here? Do we think
I've
communicating
never
is
seen a
good idea?
mindless killer get drunk. Well, no, I've seen a monkey get drunk, but
That Manticore is cursing as it's fighting. I can hear it. You son of a bitch!
Give me your ale!
It's like the chick. It's like the Peter Griffin, rooster guy.
Okay.
right?
guys, how about this? What if we just take this moment of distraction to sneak around and see if we can make our own way through the gate?
That
I-
makes far more sense to me than trying to deal with one. Oh, amazing! Than trying to deal with one of them. Yeah. Ghost.
Oh, he's got him in a headlock.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that! I don't even.
Oh
wanna
my
kill him
god,
right
it's
now.
Manticore from the top rope. He's got a chair.
He can shoot the spines.
Yeah.
He's pulling up a chair.
Oh,
I want to make a friend.
I would like to make a friend too. I'm skeptical. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Yeah, you're gonna have to make friends with some unsavory people if you intend to pursue your path of politics. So this is good practice.
Yeah.
Hey, Ghost, you know the deal. We've
Should we
got your
roll?
back.
Should we flip a coin to see which one we support, or do you have a strong predilection?
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
we can only communicate with one.
Well, we don't know. Do we know that?
We know that we can communicate with one.
I would say.
I don't think we've made it. We made a check
I
about
would
the other.
say, how cool would it be to be able to ride on that thing's back and get in and out of Drakkenheim more easily that way?
That
That's
would
a
be
whole
amazing,
choice.
wouldn't it?
What do we? Okay. What do
That's
we
a whole
have?
choice.
What do we have to offer it other than? And I look at both of you
Presumably helping it fight this troll.
being tasty tenders.
I would
I am-
also like to clarify that Erasmus's choices are not based on what he can ride in life. Like those are not how he makes his friends. Just in case there was some that was his only logic.
I'm like,
Granted,
well,
I do like friends strong enough to carry
know.
me around in real life. That is nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. That's a fun.
Right?
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
But I will say, what do we know about harvesting the magical components of one or the other? Because maybe we can get more money from the other one that we kill.
Oh, what I know for sure is we've got places to be. And staying to harvest them probably means another encounter roll. Out of character.
It wouldn't. It would be like looting.
Okay.
So it's
Weird.
it's not. You would get stuff from it, but yeah, it wouldn't count as another encounter.
I mean, Troll's blood has fantastic healing properties. It's just also extremely toxic.
Petra, what do you know about the trolls or the manticores? Have you seen them? Are you familiar with them at all?
Yo, what's she think of this conversation?
Right?
So
I
what's-
know, I'm like, hey, we got
I
somebody
forgot
here who
she was
knows.
there.
yeah. So what's fun about the conversation of like, had you not chosen to follow the troll, Petra would have spoken up and be like, "Hey, there's hooded lanterns at Shepherd's Gate. Like, there's like 24 hooded lanterns at Shepherd's
just
Gate.
get
Like,
there.
we owned that gate. So if you followed the troll there, you would have to, like, it would probably get shot at, and it would have to retreat. And so then you're at the Shepherd's Gate. You know, that's great. That's all. That's all well and good. But like, what she starts to explain is there is no outcome of this monster fight that would get you more prepared at Shepherd's Gate than just arriving by yourself. And there's no outcome between the two monsters. Like, she describes that, like, trolls don't speak common. They speak giant. Like, you cannot communicate with the troll. And even if you manage to convince the troll that, like, you are not the enemy, the minute you got to Shepherd's Gate and the troll was shot at with a bunch of arrows, you are the enemy of the troll. So
Right.
like, there's not.
Right.
a lot
And then
of
also, even if we don't become enemy of the troll, like, we appear with the troll, we're on Team Troll now.
Right,
Right.
right. Well, but Petra's there and is wearing
yeah.
the uniform of the Hooded Lantern, so like it becomes a little bit of a better situation. But you've now not made a friend. This friend is now running,
Outstanding.
through the city.
Yeah, let's go
So-
that way. That sounds way better than my plan.
Yep. And if we're moving on, I'm just Rye's gonna go back and take a good look at the troll and the manicore. Very interested in monsters, monstrosities, anything like this that's here in Drakkenheim.
Right.
Taking a good look, gonna draw them in her book later.
Is there like some
Okay.
dribble from the keg that I can taste and like see what's up with this ale?
Not from where you are, because it was actually surprisingly sealed pretty well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You have
At
to
the
get close.
moment, it's
right?
leaking, but you'd have to get pretty close to the fight. In which case, you would
Ooh.
probably enter the fight. So, like, the landing of the manticore on the back has like shaken, shooken loose a couple things. You can see there's meat there, but it's not great meat. And then the keg itself, like the cork has kind of popped off, at least a little bit, to the point where it's kind of splashing. So. Kind of both those things are true, so you can definitely go and like see what's up, but you'd go into the fight. And meanwhile, they're like grappling each other, like throwing each other into buildings, right? So these
I
are
love this image so much.
monstrosities, large or giant, fighting in this thing.
Are we within 30 feet of them?
No, not from where you are. No.
Okay, I think we just circle around. We can fight the next manticore. I think this is a great opportunity to not fight a manticore. And a troll at the same time.
Erasmus is going to mark it down where this happened on his map,
Mhm.
specifically for the possibility of coming back to like clean up. Like, if a manticore, I imagine, eats a troll, it's more interested in the food and less the items. Granted, the troll could literally just probably drag the manticore wherever it wants, corpse-wise. But the
Also-
spines might make it less enticing.
Also, if I got a 19 on the animal handling, I think I probably would know that manticores love treasure.
Fair enough.
Even
But
if it's not.
you haven't seen
even if it's-
treasure yet. On the troll.
No, but like even if it's not something that would sell for money, Like, manticores just love the idea that someone else wants it and doesn't have it now.
They're like a toddler. Just a
Yeah.
toddler.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm looking at him. Okay. Not everything has to be killed. All right.
This keg, is this
Petra,
like a
thank you.
well-made keg?
Like a what?
Is this like a well-made keg? Does this look like a keg that was haphazardly made by
Like troll
yeah,
kind?
yeah, I don't know if trolls make crappy kegs. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm troll racist. Like,
They
Troll.
what it looks like is it looks like when you think of like a dwarven keg of beer, not like a keg, right? Or
Right.
like even a keg, but like
Like
a keg. That's
like
what
a
we're talking about.
like a brewing keg.
Like a big brewing keg. That's kind of what we're talking about, and that's kind of what it looks like. Is it looks like it has been thrown on the back of this large troll, to, maybe it was stolen, maybe it was, maybe they do brew beer. Maybe I'm being troll racist. I don't know, but it doesn't look like a shoddily made thing, but it doesn't look like it's made. It's not like a metal keg. Like it just looks like a standard like wooden.
Okay, so is it like person sized roughly?
A little bit bigger. I'd probably say
Okay.
like a large, like if you were to stand next to it, it'd probably be like 6 feet tall, give or take.
Oh, yeah, we can't carry that.
No,
my
no. I mean, you could roll it, but you can't
my
carry it.
floating disc won't even manage that.
No.
Right. And the disc, which is still covered, I keep
Yeah.
casting minor illusion on it, so it just looks like dirt and rocks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love
Just
this.
a little. Just a little like a illusory Red Rider wagon full of dirt. following
Yep.
it.
So I was gonna say, when we made it look like got some wheels on it, doesn't even look suspicious.
Maybe Shepherd's Gate's not a great idea.
We're good. We're good.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
It's a
Petra, good.
witch.
Amazing.
Yeah, let's
Let's go. Let's go.
yeah, I
But
think we
at
just
this
start
point
trying
is-
to cronk our way past and hope that they're
Right.
distracted enough by each other.
Okay.
Is this point, is Petra leading us at this point?
Yeah, so at this point, Petra can definitely get you to Shepherd's Gate. So if you want to mark it on your map, it is between 6 and 5. There's a street called Shepherd's Way.
Yeah.
It's almost directly between 6 and 5.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's kind of
perfect.
where you were. So you don't need. There's no additional encounter roll to get to 5. You've already rolled it. That's what happened with the Manticore to show up. So what I will ask is, how are you going to move to Shepherd's Gate from where you are now, bearing in mind that a fast move will get you there quickly and under the protection of the hooded lanterns, and not have to worry about the fight that's going on behind you. Slow will let you sneak there, so you can roll with that.
I think
normal will you'll be able to hear if they're coming, but that's about it.
I think if we go if we go slow, right, or even normal, we
Normal.
run the risk of this resolving and catching up with us. Maybe this is like a warrior's handshake, you son of a bitch situation, and they're and
It's a
they're
predator
about to
handshake.
turn. Like maybe this is like the monster equivalent of a predator handshake, and we're about to discover that they're best friends. So I think we just get past here as fast as we can.
Good. Why do I hear kumbaya? What the hell? Is that? I'm okay with hustling. We've got Petra. She knows which way to go.
We are close to relative safety.
Yeah.
I think
Ghost,
we
you good
go
with
for it.
Ghost? You good with the hustle?
I'm down to hustle.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's get the hustle. So I'm not even gonna ask for a roll on this one. I am gonna roll on my side for the outcome of the fight. I'm just gonna roll a luck roll for that. Okay. Great. So you just whiz right by, just uncaring about the two of them. Let me roll. Wow, they suck. All right, they didn't see anything.
Pity.
Yeah, so you managed to kind of take off down one of the side streets, kind of neglecting the sound that you're making, and Petra leads you all the way to Shepherd's Gate. You don't run into anything else. You don't hear anything, at least directly behind you. You also didn't hear the resolution of the fight, so you're not sure who came out on top, if someone survived or not. You know, kind of different on that. But you do approach Shepherd's Gate, which is very similar to. If I remember correctly, you approached the different gate before, or am
Yeah,
I...
It's where the gnolls were.
we circumvented the knoll gate.
Yes, that's
and
right.
we got near the cultist gate and decided maybe that's not the best way to go through.
Okay.
So we Champion's Gate was the knoll gate, right? No, Champion's Gate was the cultist gate.
Temple Gate. Temple
Gate.
was
Temple Gate.
the note. Yeah,
Temple Gate gnolls, champion,
was the cultist.
falling fire.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The followers of the falling fire. Okay, great. Awesome. So you approach this gate. It's actually identical to the other ones. In terms of how it's built, obviously, around each gate is a kind of a different thing, as you're very soon discovering. This one, you do see the gate and the gate houses themselves, which there are two on either side. They are kind of like, individual towers that spiral up with individual windows that look down. There is a large wooden gate that guards the road that is currently closed, and you see that there are guardsmen in each of the kind of slatted windows facing you. And you actually see quite a few people in the windows, a surprising amount. It looks like this gate is actually being genuinely held by what you would assume, based on what Petra has said, the Hooded Lanterns.
That's impressive.
So they've managed to secure a foothold here. And actually, let me roll. Where's this? No, okay. And you see, as you approach, sorry. What time was it again?
This was early
It was
because
daytime,
we
right? That's what I thought.
spent the night.
we rested overnight,
That's what I thought.
got a short rest,
Okay.
and then we had just started when we ran into the troll.
And left in the morning. That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. Okay, great. So as you approach the Shepherd's Gate, Petra doesn't. She recognizes the outfits, knows where she is. Doesn't kind of stop moving forward. And as she approaches the gate, you hear various different voices call out of, "Halt! Who is that? Who's approaching? Is that Petra? I recognize that. Is that Petra? What is? Open the gate!" And you just, and you see these like large wooden gates like slowly start to open, but they don't open all the way. They just open enough to like one like in a line. You could one at a time. And you see her just straight up walk through the open gate entrance. And the gate is actually kept open for you. There seems to be a moment where they're gonna close it, and then she's like, no, like don't, like they're with me, like they're fine. It's you don't hear any of this. You just kind of see it all happen through a little opening. And they kind of look at you and they keep the gate open and they kind of beckon you forward. And I'm gonna say it's about 9. Let's say it's about 9 a.m. We'll say that.
All right.
Yes. Hello. Thank you so much for allowing us passage through your gate. I'm just sort of like thanking everybody that we get close to as we pass.
Nice.
We haven't had a lot of interactions with the Hood Lanterns yet, and I don't know how likely they are to like just up and murder us.
I'm
you can go ahead and roll history if anyone would like to know the Hood Lanterns. Each of you would know at least a little bit about them.
An 18.
18, okay.
Wow. History. Yeah, it's a 5.
5, okay.
5.
I'm not gonna roll.
Okay.
Erasmus has got his ghost mask on, his hood up, and obviously his armor is definitely distinguishable for probably the Silver Order, or at least for people to assume that, and he's not gonna try to walk with any kind of arrogance or suspicion peaking in that way.
So, Erasmus, you get a little bit of extra on this, even if you don't roll, because the Knights of the Silver Order and the Hooded Lanterns have the same general goal.
Mhm.
The issue is how they get there. Is that each of those are the two orders that want to restore Drakkenheim to its height.
Okay.
The Hooded Lanterns are the ex-City Guard. They are the group of people that were the guardians of each of the neighborhoods. That like the Bobbies in medieval London, right? They kind of kept to their neighborhood and took care of stuff. When Drakkenheim fell, they kind of organized under the Hooded Lanterns. That being said, they are not. Their individual members might be religious, but they themselves are not a religious order. The Knights of the Silver Order are a religious order, and they very much believe that the delirium and the things that have fallen from the sky are a blight upon the city. And so they believe to destroy the delirium is the key to reestablishing Drakkenheim. The Hooded Lanterns just want to reestablish Drakkenheim. That's all they want to do. They want to find the essential lost king in the lost family of the royal family of Drakkenheim. They want to reestablish them, and they want to take the city back. Knights of Silver Order, very similar, but they pretty much just want to destroy the delirium because they believe that that will set things correct. So you're shooting for the same goal. So there's not like a not like a hatred, but there's a distrust because there's like heavy military versus like kind of the underfunded local cops is kind of where we're at with that distinguishing thing. So that's kind of what you get.
We are the Pope's FBI.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so they're distrustful, but they're not like, oh, you're gonna bring everything down around us. Like they see your armor. They might even recognize your mask because they might have seen you around, and they just go, great, kind of different vibe, but same goal. Cool. Nailed it.
That's what I'm hoping for is like if there's recognition, people will see it, because like when Ghost goes out there,
you're not an unknown figure in this area. And the rest of you, so Phaley's with your, I think it was 18, you kind of know all of this about the Hooded Lanterns just by reading them, reading about them. You kind of know why they exist, what they're here to do. One of the big things about the Hooded Lanterns is that they are, out of everything, not the most well-funded. They kind of get by. They're not underfunded, but they don't steal the things that are not theirs. They're not the military heavy arm here. They just kind of like send strike teams in, get the thing done, and then come out. They're not like conquesting. So that's kind of a differential there. So that's kind of what you know about them. And Ryan, you know about the Hooded Lanterns just by being in Emberwood, but you haven't really interacted with them very heavily. They exist. They have always kind of treated you fine. I mean, everyone really around Drakkenheim is like, you're alive, yay! But like, that's the extent.
One less corpse. Person.
Yeah,
Winning.
exactly.
Winning.
Yeah.
I feel like most of what Phaley's would have heard about, but like definitely I think the things he's read about them are like generally neutral or positive. I feel like from his colleagues what he would have heard about them is generally negative. I feel like wizards are generally anti-cop because a lot of the things they want to do are the kind of things people make laws against.
And that's kind of the thing, is that like they see Ghost as like, oh, okay, I know who you are. I have a categorization of you. They see you and go, I also have a categorization of you, and it's not a highly favored one, but it's not like I hate you, right? It's like that's a little weird. And then they see Rand and they're like, I don't know what to make of you. I don't know where you've come from. You're just kind of a person here. You're kind of an unknown element in this group, which for a lot of people, Drakkenheim is actually what you try and aim for. People pay good money for that.
Right.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Dark cloak, hanging out.
Yeah. And so as you kind of go in, you notice that a lot of the there are like the number that was given to you was smaller than the number that surrounds you. You have about 4 dozen people that are in the general area milling about around you. This is a very well built out establishment of guardhouse.
Yeah, I think like it does not take long for Pheles to like lose his like new people who might be murderers caution, and immediately just start like poking around and be like, wow, you have such a well-established operation here. I had no idea. This is wonderful.
You see some guys play the cards in the corner. They're like, yeah, I mean,
how do you supply this? This is logistically like fascinating.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check just for fun, because these guards, like, they're not military people, so like if you start to ask them questions, they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll tell you, I don't care.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a
Nothing
12.
classified.
A 12? Yeah. So
I can give him the help action.
Yeah,
'cause
if you want to.
I can do it as a bonus action or action, and I figure
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
possible.
So I rolled that with disadvantage, and the first roll was a 16.
Perfect.
So
Great.
yeah.
So you approach them and you're like, how does this all work? How do you fund this thing? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, we cycle guards every, I don't know, half a day or something like that. We bring in fresh guards. This outfit sucks. Like, it's not a fun, this is a forward base, you know, with monsters.
I mean, don't you get to see all kinds of cool things? Right down the street, I just saw a manticore bounce on a troll.
And they just kind of pause and go, what? And then they load. You see them just load up, and they're like, oh no! And they just go. The people you were talking to drop their cards in their little like barrel table and just take off. They go into the towers. They're like, nope, that's not great.
I'm gonna see who is winning and see if anyone left the money for the bets.
Oh, it doesn't seem like there's money. Like, this
Okay.
seems like one of those places that like they just kind of play to kill the time, because it's very war, right? Like, long stretches of nothing, and then absolute chaos, and then long stretches of nothing. So they just kind of do that to kill the time.
I'll switch the cards just a little bit. Like,
Perfect.
Just enough for it to be a little weird when they come back.
I don't remember losing this hand. That's weird.
Right.
And so the people that you were talking to around kind of start to spread out, and they start to be like, we need to get to positions. And they close the gate. They're like, nope. And as
Paying
this
attention
chaos
to that.
starts to kind of like spread, one of the things that you notice just by being in the midst of this is that the guards on shift here, not these exact ones, at least that you would know, but it's easy to kind of see that the guards on shift at this particular forward base at Shepherd's Gate are really high strung. This doesn't seem like a great outfit. This seems like a really high stress, like really rough place to be for 12 hours. They are also coming off of, or they are fresh on their guard duty. So these, like, this isn't the night crew, this is the day crew, and all of the energy that comes with that. So they're like ready to rock and roll. One of the things that you notice is, like, as this chaos starts to spread out, this more armored, or at least well kept armored person walks up to you Pheles, and goes, is it you that's riling up my troops and getting them set for battle?
Oh, I don't know. They got
fairly
very
over-
excited. I was just telling them something I saw outside. But yes, hello, Pheles the Curious. Pleasure to meet you. Guild Mage of the Amethyst Academy, and all of that. Absolute pleasure. These are my colleagues, Ghost, and Ryan over here. Yes, we're incredibly pleased to be taking shelter here at this moment, because there's some wild stuff out there.
And he kind of waits for you to finish. Just kind of a long pause. He goes, yes, there is, yes. However, I see you have brought Petra, our wayward Petra, in, like, there's this like drip of not disdain but like anger and frustration, back to the Hooded Lanterns, and for that, Pheles, Ryan, and Ghost. I know you, Ghost. I've heard your name. I am Gate Captain Jacob Slovak.
Gate Captain Jacobs.
And
Okay.
this is my watch, as early as it might be. I would like to go ahead and start by saying thank you very much for bringing Petra to us. She is amongst our crew now.
Of course, I'm so pleased we were able to find friends of hers so quickly.
Yes, I mean we guard the western half of well, at least this section of Drakkenheim. We lose ground every day, but at least in this particular area, we have not lost it quite yet. And you kind of look around, and this place is like, it's siege level stuff, right? This isn't a comfortable space. This is like if you know, a castle under siege. If the siege never stopped and they allowed the people to switch out guards every like 12, 16 hours.
Yes, I was just remarking. It's incredible that you've managed to hold on to onto a place like this for. How long have you had it now?
I'd probably say, at least this particular area, probably about a year.
Wow,
This
what
is
an
one of the-
achievement!
Thank you. It has been hard fought, tooth and nail, to keep this particular place. It is one of the only gates held by those with the mind to restore Drakkenheim.
Yes,
but-
we encountered some of the guardians of a few of the other gates, and
Yes.
they seemed less friendly.
Yes.
Definitely more welcoming here to, well, those who are like us, going into the city and helping others.
We'll keep that in mind.
We're so excited. We've never entered the city proper before. We're excited for our first foray.
Well then. And he kind of forgets, like, kind of all the pieces of what he was just talking about. He goes, "Let me welcome you then." And kind of like walks and like kind of shepherds you to, because the way that the gate works is that there's kind of like, it's almost like an airlocked gate, right? There's the outer door, and then there's an inner door. And inside that bit is like where they were playing cards and all that stuff. So it's not like you go past the outer door and you're like in Drakkenheim, like in the inner city. There's another gate. And so he actually walks you to that gate. And he kind of tells the guards to open it up or whatever. There's nothing on this side. And they and kind of push it open. And each of you, I don't know if any of you have seen the inner city of Drakkenheim really until this moment, at least after,
But like, not for 15
post-construction.
years.
Right.
Right. It looks very similar to the outer gate. Drakkenheim at the time was not... The gates served more as like way stations than they did like a barrier. But the inner gate definitely had kind of the well-to-do. So the outer gate was your tradesfolk, your common laborers, kind of any of those kind of pieces. But the inner gate was like merchants, noble families, high-end traders, things like that. So it was a little bit of an upgrade in terms of like, if you were to live in the inner city, you were like fancy and well-to-do. And you kind of see that a little bit under the grime, but he opens the gate, and one of the first things that you notice is that the destruction of Drakkenheim on the inner city is just as prevalent inner as it is outer. It's almost like it wasn't spared at any level. However, you do see way more moving, dangerous creatures as you look in. Even just looking into the space,
Wow.
you see like flying monsters over the city, in through the haze. Like, it is very clear that once you move into the inner city, things get really dangerous, really fast. Because they don't throw the gates open. They just kind of open it and they're like, "There you go, buddy." And you like look through and you're like, "Oh shit, it's not great." Most of the defenses at this gate are facing the inner gate, which should tell you a lot about what happens on the inside of the city. It's not to keep things out; it's to keep things in.
Amazing.
Now,
Ryan's trying to not have her hands start sparking. Like this is like an arcade right now.
So
Are
we
you
were going
kidding
to
me?
we were just gonna cut through here, right? On our way home. We don't have anything in mind yet for how we're gonna get over the wall once we're over there, right?
Well, yeah, that's
There's lots of bridges inside. We could cross the river easy enough, and then we could make it our way through the
Oh, there he goes. Bye, Isaac.
Oh,
I'll pause it.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We fixed it. Okay, so Phales, what were you saying?
Yes, so we were looking to cut through the city on our way back to Emberwood. Looking at everybody else. How were we planning to cross over the far edge of the wall? Do we think?
is Petra still with us?
At this point, yes, but like not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
like,
with-
not, like, tied to you. Yeah, like she's
Right.
just kind of like I'm
Well,
with my people.
We
it's
rescued
fine.
her
Yeah.
for the sake of a mission.
Mm-hmm.
We need
Oh, getting
confirmation
debriefed,
for that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're confirming it with with Ansem Lang, her brother. Presumably she will go say hi to him at some point.
So
One would
Ansem's not
hope.
here.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, presumably she would cycle off of this guard duty and then go back to.
Got it.
Everyone.
I'm not super worried about she's with her people now. I expect
Yeah,
she'll
it's
get
fair.
back to safety at some point.
She's got like
Um,
50 armed guards now. Of all
Right.
the things, like you
Definitely safer with them than with us.
Aren't we all? We're
in general, yes.
we're looking to get back to Emberwood Village. What would you recommend? What would be the best way for us to do that today?
We know what they're gonna recommend. It's gonna be go the safe way.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
isn't-
I'm gonna
I'm
be
not
honest.
opposed to the safe way.
There's not the Temple's Gate to the south, as you've seen, guarded hundreds of Knoll
Tons of them.
fighters, too many of them. The Champion's Gate guarded by the followers of the Falling Fire, and he throws up in his mouth. He's like, Falling Fire. Anyway, the cultists hold Champion's Gate. The only other gate is held by the trolls, King's Gate to the northeast. Not only is it in the northeast, it means you have to cross the inner city, and gestures to like the cracked open door. Not the greatest idea.
Right, straight through the center of that, and then
Right.
we'd have to cross the river after that.
Exactly. And, unlike on this particular side, there is no bridge on that side, on the external of the wall. Which means that you would have to cross on the inside of the city. Each of the bridges is held by someone else. It changes daily. It's an active war field. Things shift and move quite often. So my suggestion to each of you is to stay in the outer city, head back the way that you came as long as it will take you, because as annoying as it might be to spend an entire other day getting out of Drakkenheim, it is far better than spending even a day inside the inner city, armored as each of you are, and kind of like eyes each of you, and like takes into account like the shiny new armor and the new sword and like kind of all these pieces.
Armor
It's
that's
just like
covered in rat blood.
yeah, like it's like all of that is taken into account and still is very much like a
Yeah.
not quite. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
I
and-
don't want to see you die.
What an excellent plan. What if we just go back the way we came?
Alternatively, and this is an alternative suggestion that I am willing to help with, considering you have brought Petra to us. The problem is that this will not bring you too far in the direction you're trying to go. Is that we can at any point, as I guess one would say a form of reward, there is a barracks further down into the main city. We can move you to that. So it's number 9 on your map.
Oh, so if we wanted to go into there, that's
You would have safe passage to 9. Yes.
Well, we absolutely appreciate safety anywhere in Drakkenheim we can find. It doesn't get us closer to getting to Emberwood Village, does it?
Not unless we're going that route,
yeah.
which I'm thinking might be ill-advised. What are we thinking?
Yeah.
I'm game if you are, but you know, I feel as though maybe the wisest course of action is discretion being the better part of valor here.
I would call you Phalles the Wise at this point.
Yes, everyone does.
I agree.
Wise ass.
I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Ghost. It's like, all right, I agree. Let's go back the way we came.
All right.
Additionally, so as a reward should not have an expiration date. Should you need to move to the barracks, you have free passage from here. It is a borderline forward base. It is not held as well as here. It is an active battlefield in most days. But it is a relatively safe place for you to get some respite, get some rest. You would have safe passage between the two as a reward for bringing Petra here.
That's incredible to hear. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Of course, and thank you for bringing Petra back to us.
The next time we're coming here, is there anything that would be helpful to bring?
You could ask the Hooded Lanterns in Emberwood if there's any way that you could bring supplies to them. What I was going to suggest as well is it's kind of a double-edged sword, but we do have war horses. You can take the war horses back to Emberwood for a fee, and as long as you bring supplies on them to go back to Emberwood.
Oh, wait, bringing supplies from here to Emberwood?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. What sort of fee would you know, I'm quite sure that if we took your horses, they would get melted along the way. I don't know if I'm like mentally prepared to take on to take that on my conscience.
That's you're a wiser person than most who come into Drakkenheim for such, turning that down.
It's an incredibly generous offer, though. Thank you.
Of course, and should you need it, we always try and keep our war horses fresh. So as an additional option.
Thank you so much.
Is also available.
Yeah. Well, and if not now, it's good to know that that could be an option in the future if we need it.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we must do? Any information that we can glean?
I think we gleaned the relevant bit of information, which is we now have a way to get into Inner Drakkenheim, and we know pretty definitively that we don't really want to.
That's very good information, honestly.
More importantly, we have a way to get out of Inner Drakkenheim, because I suspect we might find our way there. And we might find our way there through without an easy means of exit the way we came.
Absolutely. Well, and it absolutely sounds like this is the safest gate.
Mhm.
Safe being a relative word.
Right.
So this is good. All right.
Unless we make friends with the trolls.
Or
But
unless you fall out of favor from the Hood Lanterns, which is also an entirely possible.
The two could be
situation.
hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's also
Oh, you know, like could happen. Yes, it was lovely meeting all of you. And I'm going to oh no, I've gone and forgotten his sister's name.
Petra.
Petra, yes. Petra, it was lovely getting you out of that larder. I'm glad you're not there anymore. I hope you don't end up there ever again.
You see, she kind of does like a full, like, it's an interesting bow because it's not like a formal, like, arms on side full bow. It's almost like a friendly bow and says, right back at you, Felix. I very much appreciate each of you and your help. Should you see my brother, please let him know I am safe and I will be cycling back into Emberwood shortly. Thank him for me as well.
Oh yes, absolutely.
For
We'll do.
Good.
Provided we make it there first. Travel through Drakkenheim. You never know how long it's gonna take.
This is true. This is true.
No, this was
And with that,
no, it was a pleasure. Glad we could glad this worked out as it did, and do remember us if you need something in the future.
Avanti! I'm gonna pull out my sword and just gonna like hold it forward as I charge back out the way we came.
And they barely open it in time. They're like, "Oh God, oh jeez." And as you're leaving, she is kind of standing there with the gate captain, and they're kind of watching you leave. And there's a couple kind of milling scouts and veterans, and she yells to you and says, "Hey, ghost!" and like throws an apple your way. It says, "Don't die," and the gate kind of closes behind you as you hear the kind of above you.
I studied the apple because no one's ever done that.
It's just an apple.
My first
but
apple.
it's food.
My first apple.
Once we get a little bit away, like Bailey's just gonna like look to check if we're followed, and then sheath the sword. Okay, now that we have a moment alone, what the hell was that? I'm sorry, you haven't been following my train of thought. No, back in the rat warrens, you were wreathed in in holy power. Have you been able to do that this whole time?
I've been able to. Just it takes a degree of emotion. I wouldn't say stress, but a type of pressure.
What does this mean? How? Is this something I could learn to do?
I don't think so. As much as I love your curiosity, true to your name, this started when it started after Drakkenheim fell. I was a very, very, very young child. My parents, I don't know what happened to them, but I was in the care of their servants, kind people,
Yes.
Geralt and Yen, who raised me. And in the time before they raised me alone, there was an underground congregation of sorts under the care of who you might know as, well, you see me like trying to struggle with past tense, any kind of reference to a past tense, who would have been known as Saint Lelia.
I've read catalogs of saints. I don't remember which one that was. I apologize.
She's only a saint because of her keeping people safe when the surface was covered in haze, before people realized how bad it was. She offered shelter, food, peace before the factions really came to the fore.
Mm-hmm.
I was too young to really understand anything other than I miss my parents, and over time, Saint Lelia, Yen, and Geralt were there for me. She taught me the spark of magic.
Oh.
And I held on to it in the form of these little, I'm sure you understand, the what are they called? Can't trips.
Yeah, no, I've seen you like draw upon holy magics before.
Right. Unfortunately, the nature of people took over, and there were fights, and there were disruptions and disagreements, and peace became harder to keep as people became desperate. And in such an instance, she stepped in the way to keep that peace, and she paid the price of walking into the blade of someone who is all too eager to use it.
Oh, terrible, terrible.
I watched, and whatever divine power she used to teach me, it slipped from her eyes, and I, from that day on, could feel it inside me. And what you saw, I believe, is that spark of her power. I don't know if it's her spirit or maybe just the way things take shape when I'm scared. I think of her.
What? So it's a possession situation?
I think I might be possessed.
For how long?
It's been 14 years, 15.
I've never heard of such a thing lasting so long without decomposing in one direction or another. That's fantastic. I would love to run some tests. You know, and if you want to exercise this spirit, there's certainly means. But I think it's so much more interesting to just see where it goes. I've never seen, you know, or even heard of a union of you know, a disembodied spirit and a still living person being this stable. This is fantastic.
I've given a lot of thought as well. Obviously, I haven't ignored the possibilities that you're just now coming to bear. I think I haven't decomposed because I haven't left Drakkenheim long enough to. I think that's what happens in Drakkenheim.
I don't mean you decomposing. I mean, of course, this the stability of this relationship.
Maybe that's it. Part of it too, though. Maybe whatever it is that makes this place where things shouldn't or normally couldn't be one, as we've seen mutations. Maybe this is a different kind of mutation, or maybe it's her way of protecting me.
Yeah, but
or
perhaps,
maybe I'm crazy.
Well, I did see a big spectral fist, so you know.
I mean to say it's real, but maybe my attachment to what I hope it is different than.
Oh, okay. So you don't have like an active channel of communication with this spirit.
No, not at will.
That would make things so much easier.
When she does speak to me. But if you had a second voice in your head, would you wonder if it was something you made for your needs, or if it's really that person there for you?
Well, absolutely. And the first thing I do is, you know, I ask it where it hit something that I don't know the location of.
Erasmus.
You can test that. But,
Erasmus. Sorry.
Go for it. Yeah.
Nope. Erasmus, do you, and just really solid eye contact, does she control you, or do you control her?
Does it matter?
Absolutely.
Well,
To me, I am curious.
This has been going on since before either of us knew Ghost here. And so, you know, whoever we know is the same person we knew before.
Mm-hmm.
It would be an interesting bit of trivia to find out that there used to be a different guy that was subsumed by this ghost. But that's clever. Okay.
makes him. I've only I've only known you to be predictable
Mhm.
and
And good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether we know a predictable
Yes.
revenant or a
Yes.
predictable
Mm.
person who happens to be haunted, does it make a difference?
You say, predictable and good, kind, like a saint.
What? Yes, absolutely.
Maybe,
All right.
maybe that's what you can control.
If I am happy to have a saint on our side at this point. We'll take everything we can. And
Yeah.
okay.
She doesn't have any strong prejudices, does she? Yeah.
Hates wizards. Hates wizards.
She tells
Lead.
me. She tells me that she doesn't think he'll betray me.
Well, very wise of her. Excellent to hear. Let's continue onward, shall we?
Because you know better. Sorry, that was her. We should carry on.
I'm gonna make an insight check.
Go for it.
All right, that's an 8. I sure do. I know a lot of things.
That's
one of the things I know is you never betray your allies. There's
Was that you struggling to find the word, or was that him? Because that's a really good moment of your allies. It's such like a oh god. Don't say stooge. Don't say meat shields.
Love the
Flesh
meat shields.
barriers.
Right. Sacrifices.
Your meal ticket.
Your meal ticket.
No, there was
yeah.
a meat something I wrote down. Somebody used the phrase and it was so good I
Meat
wrote it down.
popsicle.
All right. Well,
Meat pinata.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad that we have seen her. I'm glad she's here with us. Carry on.
I need her
Okay.
magic, and I think she needs me for something. I just don't know what. I'm still learning.
Let's continue making our way kind of southeast and circle wide around the temple gate,
Yes.
so we don't end up running into an army.
Non-moving meat friends.
A literal army.
Not.
Okay. Great. So
Let's go.
During that conversation, we're just gonna kind of keep rolling from there. So there's no kind of rolls to get back to where you were before.
Cool.
Okay.
So as we keep moving southeast, and all three of you again are welcome to roll should you want, but I need the D100, D10, and D20.
All right. Who's doing what?
Kicking it off.
Can I do the 100 again? I like
Yep.
the hundreds.
Oh, that's it. Laurie, do you want to do 10 or 20?
Take the 20. I'll take the 10.
Okay.
37.
Okay.
2.
2.
Dang. Okay. Okay.
Such good-looking dice.
I'm so excited for Queen's Garden.
Oh, you got the Queen's Garden.
I love. Yep.
That's a good
Love
one.
that.
Where are you?
Chonk.
Yeah, that's one of the best chunks. Like the like cloud looks so good. Like with like kind of how clear like the blue resin. It just looks so good.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do a damn job. Damn dice. Damn it. I'm crawling out of retirement so I can buy fucking dice. God damn it.
You should have an apprenticeship making dice with them.
Okay.
Hey, don't learn how.
Are you?
Oh, it'd be freaking awesome. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Give me 1 second. Whoa.
I've always been more inclined to be on the business side of things than the creative side of things.
Yeah,
Creativity to the artists.
Dice making is fun. It has the downsides of releasing toxic fumes into your home and being really expensive.
More than
Uh,
more
Those are-
than the toxic fumes that already are there. Come on.
Those are upsides. Okay.
I would say that 95% of the toxic fumes coming into my house these days are from dice making because my 3D printer's broken.
Okay, great. So as you kind of continue down through the sprawl, you start to make your way towards Temple Road, which kind of leads to the Temple Gate, which is guarded by the army of half gnolls. And as you approach Temple Road, again, this is kind of midday, right? So it's maybe about 10:30, give or take, in the morning. To give a general idea, you start to hear movement. I'm assuming because this is the rate you were moving before, that you're moving slow.
Yeah.
So everybody, go ahead and roll me a perception roll for me.
Oh,
Finally, a high roll.
net
11.
20.
Woo!
Net 20 for a 27 total.
Love that. Okay, hold on.
19 total.
Big ol' 11 for me.
Okay. So I'm trying to find where they're listed. Here we are. Okay. So as you are kind of moving through this area of the city, you hear movement, and you kind of slink into a corner, and you kind of take a look, Arian, and you see, I'd probably say a little more than half a dozen of these creatures that look like gnolls, but they look contaminated in some way. You've heard of these creatures. Drakkenheim has kind of a whole myriad of these types of creatures. It's safe to assume that it's essentially a gnoll that just happens to have some level of contamination on it. That's kind of what it looks like.
And we know that the gnolls are resilient to the contamination, right?
Yes, so that's the interesting thing about these ones, is that for some reason these ones happen to not be, or maybe they were more directly contaminated, right? Maybe they were stabbed with delirium, or maybe they were, exposed to a large amount of it over a large period of time. But they definitely look to be some level of contaminated that doesn't seem to have affected their faculties in the way that like you would imagine. They're not just like wandering blindly like zombies. Like they're organized. They're hanging out in a war pack, and they're kind of moving through alongside one of their wargs. So there's actually a warg along with the pack. There's a group of 9 total that are moving down the temple gate, Temple Road towards the temple gate. And because of your perception check and the fact that you were slow moving, you do get a chance to kind of take a look at them before kind of anything kind of happens here. So,
Great. I hear it. I see it. I stop us. We hide. We look.
Yeah. Does it look like they're just doing a patrol, or they're coming back from something?
they seem to be like they're just doing a patrol. Is kind of what it looks
Okay.
like. Yeah.
Well, let's not be something of note. I think we're just gonna try to hide.
Let him know.
Yeah. Try and hide. Okay, great.
I like that.
It's
So
our
go ahead and
symbol.
roll a stealth roll. Ryan, you can roll it with advantage for the beautiful nat 20 that you have rolled on your perception check. Everyone else, though, just roll it flat for me.
Disadvantage.
Oh, man.
That's a 6.
Oh, guys, I'm not helping that much this
That's
time.
a dirty 20.
Oh, that's
thank goodness.
good.
Okay.
I'm 16.
16. Okay, 16's good.
Okay.
Let me see what we got here. Yeah, because they're Done. Okay. Well, I'll
Leaning
roll
back
it.
up.
I mean, honestly, at a certain point, I'm crit fishing is what I'm doing. If I get a 20, then we have a problem.
Good to know.
Okay.
Speed round.
Bailey's in his bright purple robes.
Yeah.
We're getting those dirty. They got a little rat blood on
Fortunately,
him.
they just didn't look in this direction.
Yeah.
And like he was like hiding behind a rock, full ass out. Like
My dog
So
does that, so can't see me.
you cross the street. You manage to dodge the warpack and you cross the street. Erasmus, can you roll me a perception check? Just straight perception check.
Oh, dirty 20 again.
Sick. Okay, so as you cross the street, you hightail it. You quickly cross. You kind of get into the ruins. You kind of hide for a second.
Okay.
You kind of take a breath, take a pause, and you hear a language you don't understand, but a lot of sniffing too. So you hear only one voice and sniffing approaching your direction.
Uh-oh.
So you don't see anything because you're hiding, but you hear what you can safely assume is the warg, and at bare minimum, at least one of the gnolls approaching the general area of where you are.
I quickly whisper to the others quietly if it sounds like I can get away with a whisper.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell them that someone's coming. And it sounds like two gnolls, and I'll just say ambush or befriend.
Is
or hide.
is distract an option?
Because like they're smelling us.
Got it. I could throw minor illusion. I could create a sound distraction 30 feet away to see if that calls them off.
So we hear this. We hear the sniffing. Like, what kind of place are we hiding in right now? Right? Did we move into a building to hide, or are like?
It's up to you. However you would like to hide. So at this point, you have crossed the street and you are hiding in what would be like the rubble or ruin of whatever buildings you have run into.
Okay.
So whether it's tucked down an alley or it's actually in the buildings is up to you. So
Cool.
you can choose that. It's not like you're not just like in the street going like, whoa, unless you want to be. But
Could I try to use I don't know, if we have them split up at least partially right now, it could be an opportunity to hop out, try to ambush this one, and then flee before its allies. No, that's gonna make too much noise. Can I use mold? Is there like some precarious rubble that I could try to use mold earth on to try to like make it collapse and make like a noise to theoretically distract attention away from us while we retreat?
Yeah, you could do that. I know that Ryan wanted to do something similar.
Yeah.
You can even combo.
Well, no, that's
if you
I'm
wanted to.
looking at the distance. So I said one option was stay, one option was take off. Is I can create a distraction 30 feet from here, a sound. If we think that would draw them off, we could do that to see if that works.
We could both do that in different directions and make them think they're surrounded.
Fantastic.
I mean, then
they'd call for
probably.
help. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't want them to call for help though.
All right.
Smart. What do we have? I've got would 30 feet from here, if I created a sound 30 feet from where we are, on the other side, would that be enough to potentially far enough away?
It would be far enough away to distract them, or at least make them turn around. You wouldn't be able to reach directly like all the way across the street, but you'd be able to get like the sidewalk of the other side, which I mean,
give us a moment where
enough. Exactly.
Yeah, theoretically, it might give us a moment where we can start moving.
Exactly. So, like, is it really far that they'll, like, go down another alley across the street? No. But is it far enough? I would say yeah. Like, it's good enough to, like, round down and be like, yeah, sure, this would totally distract them, at least enough for us to slip away.
Great.
So
All right. Do we know what they eat? Do we think
anything they can get their hands on.
anything they can get their hands
Food.
on?
Food,
Some
Okay.
general
non-food,
food.
probably.
Yeah.
So maybe the sound of a few rats fighting.
That would work.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
do that. Felix, did you want to do anything with your like mold earth, or do you just want to do
No,
the
yeah,
sound, the sound and
like
that roll?
we'll go with that plan. I'm just gonna try to
We're starting some things. Let's see what
sprint,
happens.
sprint away as soon as I see a head turn,
Okay, yeah,
or
sounds
as soon
great.
as I sense that they might be moving in a different direction.
Okay,
Okay,
so let's see. What do I have you roll for this? Just for funsies. I almost want to say like, let's do deception.
Deception.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's do deception for fun.
all right.
And it's not a high DC. It's just for fun because I think it's really cool.
Injured rats, basically saying
Yeah.
in rat, "I'm your dinner. I'm
Please
your
don't
dinner."
eat us.
Please
We're
don't
so
eat us.
weak and dying.
Oh,
All
no.
right, deception.
Yeah.
Oh, 14.
14 does it. It wasn't a high DC. It was a fun roll because I love
Good,
those.
because that was a lousy roll. But okay,
Um,
okay.
So each of you hear the sniffing get closer. Like a large. It's just a large dog or a large wolf, just as it kind of starts to poke down this alleyway. And you hear only one voice speaking to it. And you create the sound across the street, and you immediately hear like the squeak of attention from the one that was next to you, and then you hear the others as well kind of come to attention and start to yell at each other like, hey, get over there. But it's in Null. You can't understand what they're saying, but it seems to kind of carry that vibe of like, there's something happening, we need to go. And you hear the feet that were next to you in the sniffing. There's the feet move first. The sniffing takes a second, and then it moves. So it's like the actual gnolls that like have a higher intelligence are like, there's a sound, it's clearly the sound, and goes there. But the actual animal that was following the true trail of what was happening takes a second, takes a pause, and is like, I don't know if that's okay, and like leaves. So you have a second to bail.
Yeah, I think we are going to take that second and try to bail.
Definitely take that.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a stealth check for me as you are leaving this little section here.
Okay, you.
11.
11, good.
Hold on, I think it's cocked. Please be cocked. Please be cocked. Please be cocked. Please
That's
be
what she said.
cocked.
Not really,
Not
though.
for not for decades.
A
Oh,
decade.
and it is cocked. Yes. Sorry. Hey, you throw it out there, you gonna get it. Oh, that's 19, so 24.
That's a natural 1 for a total of 3 for me.
Ooh, no.
Wait, hold on.
Can we give you
All right, I'm gonna roll this. I'm gonna roll me just
Oh,
a
God.
standard die.
how do we give him advantage?
I don't know.
I'm gonna roll this die. It's just a luck die. Over
for it.
10, you're good.
Come on, baby.
We've done
Come on,
so
baby.
well. We've come so close.
So as you're
Let's
stepping
go.
out of this
Let's
alleyway,
go.
Erasmus and Ryan, you kind of book it down this alleyway. You're quick, kind of out into the shadows. Ghost, and then one who kind of hangs out in the shadows of Emberwood, just kind of down the alleyway. Felix, you leave the door and just step, trip, stumble into like this metal pile. So it's like kind of stumbling into a pile of metal pots, right? So it's not just like, oh, I tripped. It's like a and the two of you turn around and you see Felix in this pile getting up, like ready to go. So like on his feet, immediately just pounces up, sword in hand. It's like, we need to leave. And behind him, you see the gnoll, the warg, and then 2 additional gnolls looking down the alley, being like, that's not what I heard. And everybody needs to roll initiative. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off here. Luckily, you don't see the full group, and you don't see the full group yet. And you do have some space on them. So running is always an option in Drakkenheim, and it is not a non-honorable option.
I got a 21.
Ooh.
Nice. 15, 18 for Ray. For what the hell's your name?
Mm,
Ray.
If you
hell's
can
my
kill if you can kill the warg, I can slow him down and we can run.
What'd you get, Feliz?
Bet.
We're
Oh,
running.
I got 18.
18. Wow, you guys rolled great on that. Feliz,
We
Ryan,
we
who is
did
the
good on
higher
all these
dex?
initiatives.
I'm a 3.
I have +2.
Okay, so Ryan is first. Great. Let me go ahead and roll these up. Oh no, they have great rolls as well.
We might not be running.
Well, you can certainly try.
It's silence. If we can actually, if we silence the guy who can talk and call or blow a horn.
There's 3 of them that can talk,
Oh, there's 3. I thought there was
and
one.
the ward can make noises too, even if he can't talk.
Okay, so the warg then.
And our attacks are gonna make noises too. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Do we stay or do we go now?
Well, we take out the warg and then we run. But I suspect we can't even run from all of them.
You can run the same speed as them.
Okay, so
Just as a
kill the warg and then
They have one warg with them, and that's the thing that's gonna make it really hard to hide from these guys.
right. Okay.
Okay. So let me organize this. Erasmus, what's your dex?
16
Okay. Oops.
plus 3.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we're currently still hidden?
So no, all of you are in the alleyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So none of you have cover or are hidden. There is cover, like you can duck back into buildings and stuff, but
Okay.
you are currently all out of cover because you left to like go down the alleyway.
Right.
Okay. So Erasmus, we're gonna go ahead and start with you. You are at the very top of the initiative order. Go for it.
I'll use my bonus action to summon the power that is more readily available because I don't feel like I need to hide it anymore. I transform into Lelia, Saint of. I'll have to think of something.
Warg killing.
Saint of Slaughter. No, I'm kidding. In this case, I'm using a 2nd level spell slot. So just a reminder, my intelligence and my strength swap. I become large. Jump distance is doubled. I count as one size larger. Even in that far, so I count as huge when determining what I can carry, push, drag, or lift. Each of my hands transforms into a meaty fist, which counts as a melee weapon attack. So I can't hold anything in my hands, I guess, is kind of what they didn't want people wielding weapons, I think. You cannot cast or concentrate on spells. Dark vision up to 120 feet. Temporary hit points equal to 5 times my apothecary level, so 20, which saved my ass last time. My armor class is reduced to 15 because of the spell slot I used, and 5 feet per the spell slot used. My speed increases by 10 feet. Excuse me. At the start of my turns, if I have at least 1 hit point, I regain a number of hit points equal to the expended spell slot. So I have regeneration 2 as long as I'm at 1.
Nice.
All right, and I am going forward, and I'm gonna smack the warg.
Okay.
I'm running. I'm just jumping. I'm
Yep. Yeah,
bringing
you
this
definitely
whole
get there.
saint form with almost like terrifying wraith claws
Okay.
to rip into this thing.
All right, let's get it. Go ahead and roll up that attack.
All right.
It's wargfare.
Psychological warfare. Yes. All right. So this is going to be a +6 to hit. There's no conditions in which I catch this thing off guard. So
No, they're actively in combat.
that is a 12. But I feel like that's too low.
Yeah.
And I will use my lucky feat to roll that again.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
I will use my last
right?
lucky. I could use lucky again. Right?
I don't think you can re-roll or re-roll, but I mean, I'd be thinking of a different game.
Let me
roll.
check the rules because I
I'd
feel
be
like
curious.
I have 3
Josh,
luck
what's
points.
your role?
I actually don't use lucky very often, so I actually don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't use it as well.
I
Okay.
tend to-
I think the best I can recall the wording is like you can roll an additional die taking the second result. Would be a third result if you used another one.
So it said
It says you choose which of the d20.
Oh, nice. That's better.
Which is even
That's way
better.
better.
so I'll use my last luck point here because I've already used one
yeah.
without having gotten
Do it.
rest.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
You're
Nat
good.
20.
Oh,
Oh,
sick. Hell
that
yeah.
was so needed.
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it says whenever you make an attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll an additional d20. You can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die before the outcome is determined, yada yada, but you choose which of the d20 you use. So it's not like that you could still be like, oh, I totally screwed that up, but my second one I'm going to roll on it again.
Perfect. I think I might have been thinking of Warhammer rules.
I think you were because that sounds really familiar.
Yeah, Warhammer's got a hard never re-roll like a re-roll rule.
Yeah, Warhammer is pretty wild on their rolls. They're just like, you can roll worse if you want to, I guess.
If you want.
I will do so let's see, it's 2d10 on the crit. So 13 plus 4, 17 plus apothecary level plus 21 damage on this crit.
Nice. So you instantly change, run a couple steps, and leap over Thales as he's kind of getting up and pulling the sword out. Leap over Thales and just slam this warg right in the face with his massive, meaty fist of yours. It is still alive, still breathing, barely.
Yeah.
This is a mighty blow you have dealt this thing.
Yes.
But it is still up, still ready to throw down, and not dead yet.
This spectral voice of Lelia says, "You trespass on sacred lands. You should despair, as you are no longer the predators here." And that's it.
I guess we're fighting.
So glad she's on our side.
Duking it out.
I hope we don't discover these guys are tough.
Man, that would suck.
That'd be a real bummer, let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Okay.
Just glowing white wraith claws scything through a warg.
Okay, so the one that was with the warg that you just smacked into the earth comes running up to you and is going to attempt to use its spear to attack you. The other two behind it are just going to throw their spears at you.
All right,
So I'll
AC
roll
15.
those. AC 15, okay, cool. So we'll do the
And we-
melee.
And we determined they don't speak common, right? No.
No, I don't think we made a
We don't
guess
know?
about
Okay.
that.
I said something. I don't know if they're responding to that knowledge. So,
It looks like they didn't register. It sounded really intimidating, clearly, but they, from what you could tell on their faces, they didn't know what you were saying, which is helpful information.
Mhm.
Not that they were scared or didn't care, but that they didn't know.
Mhm.
Okay, so your AC's, you said 15?
15, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, what's this? Okay, so the one that runs up on you, pierces, like tries to jab, and you were there 1 second, and there the not like you were swinging down was as it jabbed at you, and it barely missed. The other two, however, threw their spears from behind, and you the two behind you, so Phales and Ryan, each of you see this now larger figure of Ghost just kind of both these spears sticking in the larger figure. You take 13 points of piercing damage.
All right. My temp hit points are quickly disappearing.
Okay, and that brings us to, that was all their turn. And that brings us to Ryan. That's your turn.
Okay. Plan was get the warg and get out. So I'm going to look at the warg. That thing's not natural. Let's get rid of that. And that is a 13. So that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits. And this is the warg or the gnolls? Because you hit either, but I forget which one you were saying.
We're trying
So-
to
was the
solo the warg.
The
Yeah.
warg. Okay, yeah, the
Yeah.
warg app you absolutely hit. Sorry.
Got it. And so
Laurie, do you have 20 charisma?
yes, I do.
Oh my god, that's wild.
So that is a 6 plus 5. That is 11 damage.
11 damage.
Mhm.
So you see the as you hit the warg.
Shooting star.
Yeah, exactly. Just you already see the big meaty fists kind of like crack the skull of the warg, and you kind of aim for that spot, and it just and the warg just kind of collapses on the ground. And the other gnolls behind give like a yelp in anguish, anger, and start to push harder as you finish off their companion.
Okay. And that's what it is. Then it's, come on, let's go.
Okay.
What's next?
I don't want to go.
Oh no! It's your turn, Phales.
Decisions.
Right, okay,
Decisions.
so-
Decisions.
I don't think it looks like Ghost will flee with us if we run at this moment.
I will say this. I will personally just use the dice rolls of my own kind of determining factor to feel it out. Like I don't want to decide.
No, I got you. Like Thales kind of stops partway through the motions of creating a fog cloud and just kind of like looks at Ghost's body language in this moment. And then reaches it like into his bag and tries to pull some of that some of that energy from the delirium, and like tries and fails and just like has it like sputter in his hand a couple of times, and then just dives in and just fully grabs it and smashes it like one of the shards in his hand.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
And I'm casting I'm casting the comet shards at first level,
Okay.
and I am paying the material cost for it this time.
Okay.
With one of those delirium chips, with one of the
You got some shards,
one of the rat prince's teeth,
Yeah.
whose crown I'm now wearing. And I am I should roll right away for the contamination, because I get a level of that. But let's roll damage first thing. Here we go. Okay, good
Is it-
start.
I'm trying to determine. I forget because you is breaking
There's a mutation.
one. There is.
Well,
but-
that's just like consuming the material component.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
That's all that's going on there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so damage on that. That is 12 points of damage. Like to the melee attacker.
Mhm.
That's 12 points of damage to him with the first one.
Okay.
That's 8 points with the second one,
Okay.
10 points with the third one, so 30 points of damage
Sick.
so far. And I said second level. So yeah, that's going to be a fourth dart.
Which one are you going to send this fourth dart to?
Well, yeah, I probably gotta pick them all right out the gate. So yeah, 41 points of damage to the one closest to Erasmus.
Okay, so just all, you just send all of them to that one?
All of them into that guy.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, I thought you were going to spread it out, but great, even better.
You know, I don't wanna risk him getting more turns than he needs to.
Totally
Even
fair.
at the cost of potentially wasting damage. And I'm going to really quick just take another look at those mutate, because I think I make a mutation roll right away.
Yep, that you do. That's what I was just pulling up, and yeah, you absolutely do. It's right away. And we're gonna
Contamination.
see how this goes for you.
41 points of
Okay,
damage.
so that brings me up to I believe 3 levels of contamination.
So you missed your
No, I just get a level of contamination.
You are right. Okay, so
and now I
think
roll
it's
to
only
see if I mutate.
I only
What's
think
that?
you're at 2, unless there was another one.
I
totally missed.
got 1, and then I immediately rolled a 1 to see if I get another
Yes,
one.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
And yeah, so now we are going to okay, roll a d6. Okay, I rolled above my contamination level,
Hey,
so
there you
I
go.
don't get a mutation.
Great. Yeah. So, but you do have 3 levels.
I do have 3 levels. Does that bump me up with my molting? No, it only activates when I get to 4. So right now I just don't get any hit points from long rests.
Exactly. So you don't get any hit points, and any hit points you would regain from expending die are halved.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, at least you don't have another mutation, so you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
Great. So you root around your bag real quick, find a shard, one of the eyes that you grabbed, quickly break it in your hand. So Rand, you see this whole thing just goes, and then uses those shards and points them.
What are the teeth, not the eyes? Because
I'm
the
sorry,
eyes
you're right,
are more
you're right.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And
Cool.
breaks one of the teeth, and then shoots. It's almost like shooting the exact shards from the crystal, kind of out towards the kind of knoll hunter that is next to Ghost, and just peppers it. So much so that like it starts the shards. You could tell the light leaves its eyes, and the shards still are hitting it, and then it falls to the ground.
Yeah, definitely. You can see like in the wrapped portion of my arm, like these lesions are just kind of like spreading further out beyond the edges of the bandages. All right, spicy. And I am going to attempt to is there a I want to like attempt to like dive into full cover if possible. Like if there's like if there's like enough rubble that I can like lie prone and just get behind it.
Yeah,
because
there
my
is.
hit points are precious now because I'm not getting any back.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is enough rubble for you to get a.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna say I'll say full cover because of where you
Unless
are.
they
Like if
come
you
around the
prone.
corner.
Yeah. Like if you prone, unless they literally
Yeah.
walk up to you. Yeah, it'd be pretty hard for you to reach. All right. Great.
That was fun to watch. That
Okay.
delirium.
So, this guy's gone. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this then. So, what you see in front of you is around the corner comes 5 additional. I'm just going to do them in a group because they're all in the same section. 5 of them come around the corner, each holding their spears, and they kind of look and they see their companions on the ground. They look at those next to them that don't have their spears anymore, and instead are kind of like moving to pull bows off of their back. And 2 start to rush down the alleyway, whereas the remaining 3 like kind of get ready for a throw. But they are going to actually try and run up and throw it in the back 2 of you's general direction, thinking that Ghost is like, kind of on the edge of dying. Like he's got 2 massive spears sticking at him. They're like, we stuck him like a pig. He's fine. And they're like going to like run forward and like chuck. So what did I say? 2 are going to run down the alleyway and go for a melee attack on you, Ghost. And the other 3 are going to be in the back and they're going to throw back to Ryan and actually hilariously to you as well, Phalanx. Even though clearly they could see you, kind of like your feet sticking out. There's no way they're going to hit you, but like they could see.
They might.
Who knows? Maybe they'll get really lucky.
Are you prone?
Let's go 3/4 cover then if my feet are out.
Okay, that sounds great.
So +5 to your AC.
Yeah, bringing it up to a whole 17.
Love that. Yep. You know what? You know what I'll do? Because I like the idea of total cover. If it's like a chaos attack, like if they're just like throwing it in the general area.
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I like 3/4 cover.
You want 3/4 cover? Okay, so I was gonna give you like it's disadvantaged 3/4 cover.
Well, it's disadvantaged because I'm prone.
Oh, even better. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
because it's range. You're absolutely right.
That's so funny.
Sick. Great. Let's do those first because those are silly. I'm gonna do 1 on you and 2 on Ryan.
This is awesome.
Like these guys are just trying to show.
Oh
off.
No! Wait, no, hold on. No, it's a disadvantage. That was a disadvantage. You're fine. You're fine. Oh my god, he got a nat 20, and I was like, oh no!
Panic.
Woo!
Oh,
The other one was a 12, which is a 16, so still pretty close.
that's gonna hit still.
Yeah.
Oh no,
because you have the
I have
AC.
3/4 cover.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you see this guy kind of sets it up and throws it, and you can kind of see around your thing. You're like, that's getting
Trash.
really close, and it just goes, boom. You're like, oh.
Nat 20 to hit the rubble.
Exactly.
It's like lands in between his feet. It's like, oh shit. All right,
Exactly.
we're good.
Okay. The other 2 spears. I'm gonna roll them at the same time. I'm going for you, Rayam. What's your AC?
15. Lowly 15.
Okay, so both hit you.
Yay.
Those are spicy. Let's see what do we got. 6 and 7. Okay, so 13 total piercing damage. As Ghost, you kind of are looming above this alleyway, and you just kind of you expected them to be aimed at you, but you just kind of over your head.
Are they within 10 feet of me?
These ones are not. The ones that are melee are going to be moving towards you.
Okay.
But they're not within 10 feet. Like the ones that just threw are not within 10 feet.
Right. Got it.
So Ryan, you kind of two spears as well, so 13 piercing. And then the 2 that are running up on you, Ghost, we'll go ahead and do that. And both of them, I don't know why the melee just keeps totally rolling like trash. Both of them go for another pierce.
I'm
Total
glad.
life.
I'm very glad.
And that brings us back to the top of the initiative order. To
My
Rasmus.
turn.
It's your turn.
You see me heal a little bit.
That's not great news. That only happens in one situation, right? That's not good.
Yeah. And then I will. Is there one that's hurt?
At the moment, no, because you all focus the ward.
Okay. What's the distance between the guys that I'm fighting and the ranged guys?
Give or take about 15, 20 feet.
Perfect. I'm going to jump in between them.
Sick.
Not disengaging from the not getting away from the melee, but getting 10 feet with the range guys.
Mm-hmm.
Strictly to be interference with disadvantage on their attacks.
Perfect. Yep.
And then land behind the other guys, and I'm gonna try and grab one of their heads and crush it, just wraith claws. I gotta stop thinking muscle attacks, more graceful slices. All right, to attack. Come on, one attack. Oh my god, this dice is dead to me. That is a nat 1.
Oh no.
I have no way to reroll or change that fate for that. And then my bonus action will be to give the help action to any of my allies who want to harm from range one of the guys that I tried to hit.
Ooh.
Because I have the formula that's called diagnosis. Diagnosis. Help as a bonus action. All right, that's the end of my turn as I try to cut, slice, stab, crush, whatever it is,
Sick.
to no avail.
Yeah, so you leap over, and they're looking up and they kind of swing, and, like, what? And then they're like thinking you're like jumping away, and you're like, what is happening? And they land on you like, oh god! And you go for the, kind of slice grab, and
Right.
miss that one. And so the two that have thrown their spears at you, there are genuinely, most of them have no spears now, which is funny. Let me mark a couple of them here. Yep.
They were really counting on those melee allies to keep them from getting threatened.
Yeah, and they totally failed them.
Oops.
And
Might
they,
be worth backing them up.
the two kind of, the first two that hit you with the spears, they're kind of they're within 10 feet of you, like they're kind of in the same general area, but
Okay.
kind of off to the side, and you land and they go like, what? And then they look at their hands and they look at their back as they're with their bows, and they're like, this isn't, we can't, this is dumb, like we're just gonna, and they just lunge at you
Okay.
to get bites off.
All right.
And they both absolutely miss. And actually, I will say, because one, oh no, that wasn't a nat one. It just looks like a 1.
It just looks like a 1.
7?
It looks like a 7. Yeah, the 7 and the 1 on this die are really close.
Gotta be bright white numbers, man. Bright white.
I know, it's red on a black backing with like white flavor.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's tricksy.
And it's tricksy. Yeah, it's really hard. So like sometimes I'll be like, oh no, that's a 1. Oh no, that's a 20, because it's got like the 20 has a symbol and it looks like a 1. Anyway.
Terrible design.
So they both kind of leap and leap and try and bite at you, and they miss completely. Thankfully. So then we go to Ran. Your turn.
Fair enough. There is one.
Advantage.
There's one that's taking more damage, right?
No, I don't think
One just got
I
punched.
I missed that
Oh,
one.
never mind.
Yeah.
So one has
None of them are
advantage.
taking any damage.
One of them you have advantage on the
Okay.
first attack.
It's
you
that
make.
that one, right? The one that you attacked.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
great. On my first attack, my only attack. Okay, so let's do that. Same thing. Looking at him. Nope. Gotta go. Oh, thank you for advantage. So 12, 7. So that is a 19.
Yep.
To hit it?
hits. Yep.
Again, we got that little shooting star coming straight out. Okay, 7. 8, 9, 10. So that is then 12 radiant for him.
Okay. 12. Were you attacking? I forget, the one with the melee weapon still, with the spear still, Charmer? Or were you attacking one that didn't have a spear still?
With spear.
With spear. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Got it. And then movement. Let's find something to hide behind.
Okay. Yeah, you can tuck into like a doorway or something to get like half cover.
It's time to tuck.
You can get
It
full
is.
cover if you really want to, but like you can't see anything. So you can get like 3/4
Yeah.
as you're like kind of looking around if you want to like shoot with your finger, right? Like
Yep,
it's up to you, however you want to kind of roll that.
Time to be smart with these cute hit points. So then we'll go ahead and use my movement, grab 3/4 cover.
Okay.
Still want to keep an eye on everything, but yeah,
Okay.
taking a
great.
pause.
Awesome. So Phalese, that's your turn.
How injured does the one up front look?
The one that Rand just hit, I'll say bloodied. Looks bloodied.
Okay. I'm going to conjure a little globule of acid, and then just like slash through it. It's gonna part right before my hand touches it, and these two little microglobules are going to fly around Erasmus. And each of them are going to strike one of those two melee fellows. So they each need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I'm casting acid splash.
Okay, let's see. Dex. I think they both
14.
failed. 14, yeah,
Okay.
they both failed. They were like mid tier, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, they both failed.
All right. Each of them takes 2 points of acid damage.
Oh no! All right. Great.
This is what Thales does when he doesn't have like delirium to cheat with.
Love wizards.
And that's my turn.
Cantrips are a mage hand and light.
I am going to I am going to go back prone and into my cover.
Great. Awesome. So that puts us at these ones. I'm gonna go ahead and roll all the attacks. Everyone's gonna be melee. 3 of them do not have spears. This is all on you, Erasmus.
All right.
No, I think the 2 in the back are gonna pull out their longbows because then it's getting a little crowded. Is what I'm gonna do. So the 2 in the back.
Are they gonna try to attack with disadvantage or back up?
They're gonna have to back up. Is the thing.
Okay.
But I'm trying to decide who they're gonna. I think they're gonna go for Ryan because I think they can at least see her, sorta.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
think I'm
I
gonna
will
do
get an opportunity on one of them.
On one of them, yeah. So and both of them are the same. They haven't been hit, so there's no.
Okay. That is a 15.
Yep, that hits.
Oh, thank God. That is 14 damage.
14, nice. Let's do that.
Slice.
How do I do math? Okay. Great. Yeah, so they start to kind of back up and pull out their bows, and you get a perfect kind of slice across the chest there. Yeah, so they're gonna run a good bit of time, a good bit of ways back. Use their full movement to move back, and they are gonna both shoot at Ryan with longbows here.
With my threat range, they've had difficult terrain on the squares that I threaten, so they will not be able to move as far as I'm sure they hope. With that in mind, I forget.
That's fine as long as they can move at least 15 because
Yeah.
that's out of melee for you.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
They're good.
And I forget. Oh no, it's just you get +5 and not. Great. Okay. Awesome. So what +5ing your AC? What is your AC?
20.
20. Okay. Great.
100.
They both miss. Yeah. 1,000. And you see they kind of set up, kind of in unison, and kind of shoot these wicked-looking arrows down the hallway or down the alleyway, and they clatter right in front of the doorway that you're kind of tucked into.
Are they contaminated?
No,
They
that was-
don't look contaminated. They just look like they're rough hewn. So they're wicked in the sense of they're not steel.
Nice.
Made of poop rock. Got
I'm
it.
like, is there any
Exactly.
reason for us to need these? Anyway, okay.
Cool.
Great.
So then the 2 spears are gonna roll on you, Erasmus, as well as the one with the bite. I'm gonna just do all 3.
All right.
Okay.
Like, how close are we? I'm like, do we need to start getting out of here?
If
Your
I
AC is
start running,
15,
I'll know.
right?
AC's 15. Yeah.
15. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not good.
For whom?
Well, I'm rolling damage on him, so not great for him.
Okay.
It's all right. We got potions.
Okay. So you see the 2 spearmen kind of start to fan out to kind of flank you, like it's kind of like a surrounding, like a pack technique.
Okay.
And you see the one that's kind of circled behind you, kind of teaming up with the one that only has teeth and has lost his spear.
Okay.
He feigns and just completely misses. The other one behind him with the teeth lunges over and bites you. And as it hits you, you feel a spear go directly into your back. And you take... How much did I even calculate on this? 15 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
One of the one in the back was a crit, so it was a heavy. It was a pretty yeah.
As I arch my back, and you hear almost like a scream of a warrior woman pierce the air.
You up?
I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn. Still up. Let's go.
I heal a little bit.
Sick.
Beep beep boop. And I'm gonna hit the dude that is wounded.
Okay.
Or try to.
Yeah, they're both wounded, but there's one that's wounded more. So I'm
okay. That's what I'm going for. 18 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
14 damage.
Sick. Yeah, how do you want to just destroy this guy? It's the guy who fainted. So it's like you're taking revenge on this dude.
The way that someone puts their finger into a Chinese finger trap is the way that I will put my claws into his head. Yep. And then I have a bonus action from Great Weapon Master that when I either crit or drop an enemy, I get a bonus action attack.
Sick.
I'm gonna go to one of the fresh one. I'm trying to think how I want to set this up.
So there's two that are fresh.
One took 2 points of damage from me.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones with the spear. So the one that took two points of damage is one of the ones with the spear. Everyone else doesn't have a spear. There's only one person who has a spear, and that's the one that Bailey's hit, and then the one that just crit you.
Then I will do what I did last time, and that's take a basically a step so I'm threatening all enemies.
Yep.
So that the range guys will have to provoke, and I'm going to attack one of the range guys.
Okay. Okay.
And I think it's the 2 damage guy. I took 2 damage.
That's the guy with the spear.
The one guy with the spear took 2 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Then one of the then I'll do the range guy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the injured range guy too.
There is an injured range guy, yeah.
Okay. 14 to hit.
14 doesn't hit.
On the range guys, they're not like less armored because they're ranged.
No, sadly, they have their hide armor on.
Damn. Let me double check. Our proficiency is 2, right? This level? Okay.
Yeah, level 4.
So +4. Yep, that's that. All right, that's my turn.
All right. Okay, great. So that goes to the 2 in the back who are actively trying to get away from you as you are obliterating their friends.
Provoke me.
Good.
Yeah.
Run.
So they're going to take another step back and they're
All
going to
right.
provoke again. So
Come on, hit. Yes, 21 to hit.
yes, yep.
Going for
Of
that.
the injured one or the fresh one?
So
I'm going
these two are not injured.
Okay.
Aren't they the archers that are backing up?
Yeah, they're.
Didn't one of the archers get hit with an attack of opportunity before?
Oh
No, I can't.
no.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
14 damage.
Yes. I put it on the wrong one. You're
All
absolutely
right, I'm gonna hit.
Nice.
So I hit that one, and I'd actually dealt another 14 damage.
sick. Yeah. So that guy, he's like taking a step back, kind of knocking another arrow, and you just knock his head off his shoulders, and he just arrow falls to the ground.
Decapitation.
Sick. And that was actually the person next in the initiative order. So
No attack for you.
yeah, delete that guy. Great. So the other one kind of seeing his friend is like, "What?" and takes another shot at you, Ryan. Just this is a desperation shot. This isn't like a planned thing. This is him just being like, "What? I don't know." It totally whiffs because of course he would. He's panicking.
Nice.
Great. So Ryan, it's your turn.
So the guy that just shot,
Yes.
is he the one left? Is he the only one left?
2
No,
left.
There's 4 left.
Go 4 left. Damn.
Okay.
But there's only one person that's like set up for ranged right now.
There's one in melee who's a little bit injured and has a spear.
Exactly.
And there's one archer that has a bow, and then everyone else is just biting.
Everyone else just biting. Yeah.
Got it. Melee with a spear.
Okay.
Look
yeah.
at him. He's got those 2 points. Let's take it. Right?
Well, he's
Yeah,
got
whatever.
2 points of damage. Yeah. So.
Okay. whatever. We're gonna get him. Okay.
At this point,
And-
he's the best option because none of the other ones are hurt. So,
Right.
Okay, got it. Yikes! Does a 16 hit?
yes, his 16 hits.
Okay.
Yes.
And we never get tired of shooting stars coming from us, and that is 14
Sick.
points of damage as it's just.
Nice. Yeah. So you
And-
gets peppered kind of in the back, and it's just like kind of looks over his shoulder, but then is too focused on the massive saintly monstrosity in front of him.
Yes. Saint Pain.
But is not looking great. That was a really good hit. So.
All right, excellent. And flight. Ghost is still there. Okay, gonna stay here. 3/4 cover.
Yep.
Let's do
Heal-
this.
Healing from my wounds. Don't worry.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on you. You're the muscle.
All right. So Phalese.
Some of the muscle.
Spiritual muscle.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to. Like how close? How close is the fighting happening? Like, I don't know. Am I like within 15 feet of Erasmus?
No, but you can move to within 15 feet of Erasmus. So you're like 20 feet away from him. Because he keeps jumping forward, essentially, is kind of how it keeps moving.
Right.
So,
Oh, that's tough.
um,
Okay, I'm going to start crawling away out of cover, still prone.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my scroll. Use my scroll of fairy fire.
Okay. Sick.
Well, no, because Erasmus is in the middle. I couldn't avoid him.
I'm okay. I think that would be fun. Let's do that. Let's get advantage on everyone. And
These guys seem like they might have pack tactics. Like
these guys,
they might have advantage.
they're already getting advantage on.
Yeah.
them.
So dex saves for all of them.
Alright.
I think it's a 20-foot cube.
And this is such a you move, honestly. Okay, I fail. I'm on fairy fire.
What's the DC 14?
DC 14.
How many are left for? Okay, so 2 of them save.
Okay.
And I'll say one of the is the range person in the back. And
then one of the ones.
Oh, there's one more. And then the one with the spear fails. Yeah, everyone else succeeds.
Okay. And yeah, I'm going to. No, you know what? I'm going to stand up. There's just the one guy with the bow. So I'm going to start like inching closer to this melee. Like the.
Put on your reading glasses for this
Yeah.
roll.
So good.
I'm gonna
he's just like,
I'm gonna fling out like a spray of like kind of like shattered like multicolored glass that's gonna like burst in the air multiple times into smaller into smaller pieces that are just gonna cling. And then I'm gonna reach back into the bag and like pull out a health potion and just like start trying to inch closer to Erasmus with it. Just trying to avoid getting stabbed as I do.
Tiptoe through the tube.
It's just like underneath the feet of these gnolls, and they're like, "What the?" He's like, "I got it."
That's my turn though.
So good.
I'm just gonna advancing health potion in hand, like great sword one handed in the other.
Oh, that's so funny.
As I just try to menace them away.
I want someone
like
to draw this. Like, if for anyone wanting to draw this scene, please
This
like
is the one.
contact us.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say it, I do realize that I am just like Sam with like staying in the light of Elendril.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly
that's so
what's
funny
happening.
you said that because I imagine myself as what the Witch King looks like through the ring, like with the white, like the negative photo white. Oh
It
man,
turns
So
out
funny.
Sam was just trying to give those ring wraiths a healing potion.
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's their turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll for all of them. We got 1 spear and 3 bites. Coming in hot. I am.
I'm out in the open now, but I'm not within 5 feet of them.
Yeah, so that's kind of my thought, and then they would all trigger.
They gotta go
those.
for me from
Yeah,
the
they
provoke.
do. Well, because they already, the first one's already provoked. Yeah. Anyway, they're all just gonna go for you. I think at this point, Phalese is like solid snaking everything about this, and so I don't know if they're gonna notice him approaching with a glowing sword.
But like he just entered the fight, as far as they can tell.
Pretty much, yeah. They're not expecting a wizard on the ground.
Who's the new
Somebody
guy?
murdered a dude and then left,
Who's
and
the
then
new guy?
a while later.
He
Who's
doesn't
the
even
new
know
guy?
here.
It's
Yeah.
such
New
a
guy.
funny. Oh god. Okay. All right. So 2 get through, and they're just the bites. Still decent though. That's more decent than I was expecting, honestly. So that's 11 piercing. So you're just getting jumped by these guys at this point.
That's-
There's 3 of them jump on you and attempt to bite. The other one swings the spear, misses with the spear, and you manage to knock off one of them. But the other 2 manage to get a good mighty chomp in.
It's hard to get your mouth around something that big.
Ooh.
Hey, yo.
All
That's
right.
what I've heard.
Recently.
Okay, great. So that's Erasmus. It is
I
your
love this
turn.
game.
All right. Whoever the most injured.
Oh my
is,
god, you're still alive.
I'm still, and I'm
At this point, it's the spear guy. So much health.
your guy.
I'm
Or
shocked
the-
at how much health you have.
It's the 20 temporary hit points,
Yeah.
and then healing 2 per turn. Yeah. All right. Let's go after the guy who's the weakest. 18 to hit.
Yep.
11 damage.
Yep. So yeah, instant kill on the last spear holder.
Just smash that one person down into off of me, or grab their
Yep.
spear, pull them into a 5-fingered spear of my long ghost hands. Then the bonus action attack on the next guy.
Yep.
Nat
you can pick
20.
Yes.
Nat 20.
Yes.
This is glorious for 15 damage.
15. Okay, so melee or ranged?
Whoever is weakest, because I know some people have been
They're
taking.
all-
I don't know. Okay.
No, they're
Yeah.
all, yeah. You guys have
Melee,
killed all
then.
the weakest ones. Okay. Great. Awesome. Yeah, so you down the spear carrier and then like swing wide and smack into one of the gnolls that had leapt and bit you.
And then move to keep threatening the range guy, because I want to play this game of I want to use my reaction to kill another guy.
Okay. Yeah, because at this point, same song and
Stalking
dance.
him.
Just keep moving back. So go ahead and take your AO.
Oh no, it's I can't take an AO until he moves. So
So that's
That's
what
what
he's
he's
doing.
doing next.
Yeah, it's his turn.
he
So
goes
he's
next.
moving.
Okay. Yeah, 11
Not quite.
to hit.
Not quite.
Oh wait, advantage. I haven't even been.
Oh yeah, because
Oh yeah.
well, no, this is the first one that you would have had advantage on.
Yeah.
I guess aside from
yeah,
the
that's
spear
true.
one that you
Yeah.
killed in one hit.
All right, then that's an 18.
Yep.
Then another 11 damage
Sweet.
on the reaction.
Awesome. Yeah, taking a step back, you swing wildly and you catch him across the face. Kind of gets unnerved a little bit, knocks another arrow, and at this point is just gonna like kind of let it loose. It's in your direction, Rayan. So it's coming for you, and you already have +5 on your total.
And he stepped away, so he's okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
stepped away. Yeah. Total whiff though.
Right.
this
I'm like, I
guy's-
catch it.
He's
I
like,
catch it.
yeah, rethinking his choice. He's like, I don't know if longbow was like the correct choice. This is not. It's like kind
I wanted to get
Maybe
this
I
around-
should have held on to that spear.
Yeah. Throwing the spear probably wasn't the greatest choice I've made. All right, and Rand,
It was
that's
in the
your
way
turn.
though. He wanted to get to the bow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I hate spears. I really like bows.
So, I appreciate what you're trying to do. Here, let me show you how it's done. Boy, 16 hit?
Yep.
16 hits.
hits. Yep.
Okay.
Is this against
Let
the
me-
ranged one?
Yes.
You've
Uh,
advantage.
oh,
In case you
hey.
crit.
Crit
In
fist.
case,
was-
yeah.
Didn't.
Oh,
No
okay.
crit fishing. And that was 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay, yeah. So you respond in kind, still alive, but
Bam!
evaluating every life choice this guy has ever made. He is holding on by a thread.
The decisions are hard. Make different ones.
Decisions are hard. Eldritch blasts are harder.
All right, Pheles.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can finish off this most injured one. Give me a con save from him as Pheles just pulls out his wand and draws like a faint sigil in the air of like fading blue light. And like you just see his, you just see the ranged gnolls like breath just start to freeze in the air.
Sick. What am I rolling for? What is it for? Like
Con save versus frostbite.
Is it 14? What is the DC?
Oh, 14. Yeah.
14? Okay. Yeah, so he fails at a 13, which is what I was asking.
Another 2 points of cold damage.
And that freezes him, and he falls to the ground. He was so close to death.
It freezes just his tongue, and then he chokes on.
He just.
It sticks to the roof of his mouth, like he's the kid in A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't shoot a bow and arrow with a frozen tongue. May as well just die.
Nice.
Well, I've done my part, and I'm going to
Snake slides away.
not go prone, but I'm gonna move to like where I'm like, where I've got Erasmus between me and the two dudes around him.
Okay, great.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so it's their turn. Well, Erasmus, they're all just gonna go for you.
Bring it on!
And they're all just.
I'm like
fighting.
Beast from Beauty and the Beast with the wolves.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 managed to get through on you. And. Okay, cool. I thought that was a 4. It's a 1. What is that? 8 piercing damage.
All right. Oh, jeez.
So again, all 3 kind of jump on you. You manage to throw one off, and you feel the bite of the other 2. And that is your turn. It brings you to your turn.
All right.
I'm so glad we have this invincible party.
Yeah.
I'm not invincible.
This-
I
I'm so
support.
glad. Oh, go for it.
I was just gonna say I'm not invincible. I'm just delaying the inevitable if that's is the pace.
Look, I'm real
mainly-
glad it's you taking this damage and not me.
It's the difference between staying and piecing out.
Right. But think about the goods. Oh my god, the loot.
Oh no, this is
I'm not
fantastic.
sure there's gonna be any loot. These guys don't look rich.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
That is 13 damage.
Nice. I'm assuming you're attacking the one that was hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, great. So you kind of down that one. That one falls into a slump again. So
Is there another one available?
there is, in fact, another one available. There are 2 available.
Is there
Dealer's
one fairy fired?
I think. How many got fairy fired? It was 2.
The 2 fairy fired ones are dead.
Okay.
Okay,
that's
I
right.
highly
Yeah, it was a
recommend
spear
you
in the
stop
ridge.
concentrating on fairy fire for my sake at this point, as
Oh,
I'm the
right. Yeah, you're the only one affected. Yeah, I'm no longer concentrating on fairy fire.
I appreciate that. As I attack the last guy, the bonus action, and get a 10. That is a miss. For the next guy, not the last guy. So 10 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, so
Okay.
you down the one and then kind of swing for a backhand, and it kind of sidesteps out of the way, and it was the one that you had thrown off. So he was like, and he was already halfway away, and he's like, well, there it goes.
And then move closer to the range guy if there's a
So
range
there's
guy.
no more range guys, just these 2
Okay,
that
cool.
are jumping on you. Yeah, so you can nose to nose them if you want.
All right, toe to toe, 10 toes down. We're in Drakkenheim, 13
Yeah.
toes down.
Seriously, that was awesome.
Anywhere between 10 and 16 toes down.
Yeah.
Uh,
A D20 number of toes down.
two D10 toes down.
I'm gonna roll, see what I get.
Roll
okay.
for toes.
So Ryan, that's your turn.
9.
Got it. Of the 2, nice. Of the 2 are they both at full health?
They're both at full health. Yeah.
And neither have advantage. Okay.
No. Yep.
Stay in here. Hold on. Doesn't count if it's not in there. 18 and some change to hit.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can do this all day if you're not tired of it. And that's a 9, so that is 14. Again, shooting star comes out. We can do this all day. And 14 points of damage.
We really
14.
can't.
I
Yeah.
can't. Please just die.
Yeah. I'm on a
Please
very
give up. I don't
tight
know.
schedule.
I got my
personally.
hand on a healing potion. We're gonna be fine. Okay. Okay, how's that one look?
It looks bloodied. It looks messed up. The consistent 14 damage is 10 out of 10. It's solid. Okay. Great. So Phalese, that brings it to you. So you have one that's bloody.
Now,
and the other that's
how are they arranged? Is it possible for me to like get in, leap onto Erasmus' back, pour a healing potion into his mouth, and then like back up without broken attack or without?
I'll say he's you're
like,
large, right? Like you're
Yeah.
a big creature.
I'm large side.
So
I imagine what is large is the spirit's form around my non-prone form. So I do imagine that he could pierce through the spectral veil.
so
You know, I think I'm gonna have to get closer. So I'm actually just gonna run in, and like leap onto your back, get you in a headlock. Drink this.
I will
Quick!
drink and hope for the best on what that is.
Is that so that's the when applying it to someone else, it's the normal rules, or it's the normal
Normal, yeah.
not the full action out of
Yeah.
combat thing. Right. All right. So that's a whole 7 hit points.
I will happily take that. My goodness.
Just splat, yeah, like splashing it all over your wounds.
Yeah, that's accelerating the healing.
And then I'm just kind of like looking awkwardly at the gnolls and just like, hey.
and all of the raccoon pops up next to you and hisses.
yeah, and they're like, where the fuck?
And as an object interaction, as part of my movement, I'm going to throw the empty potion bottle fruitlessly at the nearest gnoll.
Nice.
Okay. And it just,
They're not wearing shoes, so that might
It
be
could hit
relevant.
him.
it's true. It's true.
I don't think I even broke it. I think it just bounced off him
It just goes-
harmlessly and landed on the ground.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. But yeah, that's my turn.
Good quality glass.
Sick. Okay, well, okay, yeah. I think that the two of them are just gonna they're just gonna go for a bite again.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
They don't have advantage anymore, thanks
They
to
do not.
my
no.
resident
Unless
wizard.
they have a different source of advantage.
Right, I mean from that, that's true.
No. Okay, looks like one.
Apologies.
Just leaving me on fire.
Yeah, you do have like little bits of basically like fiberglass embedded in your skin. You're gonna be itchy for like a week.
Oh god.
Damn sailboats. Yeah.
Okay, so that is 9 points of piercing damage.
God.
As they kind of attack from both sides. The first one that leaps in front of you kind of push back, but the one that jumps behind you again crits and deep into your kind of the back of your neck. And that's their entire turn. That is all they are doing.
Thank God. Getting close. All right.
Gonna say how is Ghost looking?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just kill another 2 though. That's always good. All right. Attacking the weaker one. If there is a weaker one,
Yep,
always.
there is. Yep.
That is a damn it, I grabbed the wrong dice. I'll put that one away. Oh well. That's what I gotta stick with. 9. Is a miss.
Yeah, it's a miss.
And then I'll use my bonus action to give the help action to anyone targeting. I pick the enemy, not the ally. So
Good.
Sick.
Yep.
Awesome, Ryan.
Okay.
you have advantage.
Yay! Let's take the weaker one.
All
Right,
right.
is it, yeah, there's one that's been damaged. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, thank God for that. Okay, so 15, 22 to hit.
Yep.
I like hold him for you in place.
Yeah, that hits. That hits 22 hits.
Okay, that's 15.
Damage. Oh,
Sick.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, with the starfall, it's just as the one that you had thrown off. So the one in front of you, Erasmus, as you kind of forced it back and immediately gets peppered with starfire pieces.
yeah.
Great. Awesome. So that one's dead.
And that's what I got. Good.
Nice.
So one left, right?
Yep.
One left.
Bailey's.
Just my hand shaking. I'm gonna pull my wand out and I think I'm way too close for this. This spell is not a melee spell, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Of just like in the cramped conditions, trying to draw this sigil of frostbite. Give me a Constitution save for the remaining one.
You got it. What am I rolling for? 14?
Constitution save DC 14.
Okay, misses. Another 13.
All right, that's 3 points of cold damage, and he has disadvantage on the next attack he makes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And just die already. And that's my turn.
So dignified.
Already.
All right. Well, he is gonna attack Erasmus again with the disadvantage and whiffs entirely.
Too cold.
Love that. Great. So Erasmus, that's your turn.
I will see. He's trying to fight me, and with the cold slowing him down, and this feminine voice will say, "Do you feel it? Your demise. It's here." As I go to open my hand to show him something.
And it's funny because you speak, and the Noel's like, "What are you even talking?" And you open your hand, you hold your hand like you can give him something, and he's like,
"Yeah,
what is that?" And looks at your hand.
Can I get advantage for that?
You know what? Sure, just for fun.
All right. Shoot, I show him something.
Just slap up.
I really wanted to, but I missed. As I go to show him something, and I just go to claw his face, but it's just so slow. It's almost like this poetic. How pathetic is this moment that you thought we were victims for you, and look at all the death. I just gesture in this way to the death. But that's the end of my turn. Or bonus action to give advantage to Laurie's character in essence here, depending on what she does. So,
what am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do? You gotta shoot someone. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna take advantage of that advantage and try to finish this up as best we can.
Advan kill.
I love
Nailed it.
Let's hope so.
In this form, kill
That
more
is
or help.
A 1
So that's a no.
and a 14 plus
plus.
7,
Okay, yeah,
so
okay,
21.
right.
So
You've been rolling
thanks for
I
the
know.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that 1. Thanks for the advantage. And that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Okay. Still alive, barely clinging on.
Come on.
I know. So Phalys, it's your turn. Looks
Finish.
not great.
Yeah, give me one last.
You got your sword?
That you throw from him. Oh wait, no. You know what? Yeah. I feel
like you want this kill.
The advantage is used. So no proficiency here.
I hope.
But I'm going the wand is just gonna clatter out of my hand, and I'm gonna look around. And then look at the sword in my other hand that I'm just kind of using for light. And I'm just going to scream and rush forward and try to stab him.
Get him.
Oh! Okay.
No way.
Now that is a 16 on the die, -1, but then +1 because it's the +1 weapon.
Yeah, you're
and
good.
So that's a 16 as I'm going to ram forward with it. It is going to deal. Oh no! That's a 2.
Okay.
-1, so 1.
No.
And then +1, so 2 points of damage.
I hope
Right,
it's this
sorry.
kills this guy.
You're consistent.
So it doesn't kill him, but it's you rush forward, but you trip and you stop, and you're like, wait, hold on, recenter. You put the point on his chest, and he's like, what are you even doing? And then you just kind of stumble forward, and he just kind of goes shink. He's like, what?
It's what are you doing? You're like, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I don't want to break it.
I don't want to break it. It's too real though.
And that's my turn.
Oh no. Okay, it's gonna actually try and bite you now, Phales, because that was funny as hell. Okay,
Okay.
it does hit. It only does 3 damage though, so it rolled
Ah!
absolutely poorly.
Just slightly more than you did to him.
Erasmus has taken like 50 damage in
I
this
have
whole
taken
encounter.
an ungodly amount
You
of damage.
take 3
it's
and you're like, ah!
It's actually 50, I think.
I think fully I fall prone. And I'm just like clutching the wound.
I'm gonna die. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die?
A paper cut.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn, yeah.
Okay.
Finish him off, man.
I'm gonna try. I got a nat 20. I don't
Sick.
know. I think it's
Yeah.
overkill here.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
end him. Yep.
As I will do
End him rightly.
14 damage. And
Yep.
is he still alive?
He's dead. You can finish him
Okay.
however you would like to finish him.
I will. You remember the scene in Constantine where Lucifer takes Constantine's lung cancer out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine that, but instead of taking lung cancer out, it's just the lungs. It's just straight up just the lungs.
They're like perfectly healthy. They're like
these 4
glorious
long
lungs.
yeah, these great lungs.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna sell them. I'm gonna sell Noel lungs
Oh
later.
no. Frey's like,
Actually, I just realized that I still have the hit points from aid.
You do. You do.
So you just fell over like, oh god, but they're all like just.
Wait, no,
various hit
that was cast.
Oh,
that was cast yesterday,
That
right?
was, yeah,
that would have
that's
worn
right.
off.
That wasn't
Never mind.
today. Yeah.
mm,
I forgot about that. All right, and then I will just kind of just drop him and heal the last of my minute, which would be only 3 rounds. And that puts me up to 24 out of 37 hit points. So
I am
I'm all
thoroughly impressed at how much damage you took and are still standing.
I thought I looked at this in Drakkenheim and I thought there's a reason they put this in this game, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I would be a fool not to take advantage of the thing that has a hard time dying.
absolutely. That's amazing. So, as we look around, all the threats are gone.
Yes. All threats are gone.
To-
For the
I'm
moment.
I'd like to do a quick look at the bodies. See if they've got
Um,
anything on them. Just a quickie, right? Just a quickie.
What? Do you remember what you rolled on the D20 before for this one? I don't remember.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay. So you don't find anything kind of nearby that looks like you can take like the weapons and stuff if you really want to sell them, because Emberwood could always use more weapons. They can kind of service some of it.
Absolutely.
I'm more interested in, because like like weapons are heavy. I don't want to carry any more weapons, but can I just do a quick examination? Maybe take a couple samples.
Mhm.
Just like I'm really curious how I don't know, I want to look more into it, into this process by which these gnolls seem to have mutated even though they're resistant to mutation, and B, mutated in such a way that they maintained like cognitive control of themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Medicine check?
Like
Not to figure it out, but to
yeah.
acquire relevant samples.
Yeah, I'll say medicine check. Let's do medicine check. Yeah, because I feel like that'll get you what you want. And I wouldn't consider it animal handling, because gnolls are basically humanoids, really.
Yeah, and I'm not interacting with them in like animal behavior kind of way. I'm kind of dissecting them more than anything.
I'll say with a medicine check, you can definitely like do a kind of a field autopsy.
Cool.
And get an idea of like what's going on.
And I do. Yeah, it's a 16.
16. Okay, great. So as you kind of do this like quick field autopsy, you essentially find out that they're like underlying structure. They are just gnolls. Like that's kind of the vibe. But it does look like something happened to them that has changed. They're essentially just infused with like haze or delirium. Like there's
Yeah.
not, they're not like filled with delirium shards, right? But there is
Mhm.
something that has changed what they are and
Mhm.
contaminated them.
On
And
kind of like a fundamental level, even aside from like
Right.
mutation.
Exactly. It looks like some type of like curse or magic that was maybe a religious thing that was like cast on them, or
Yeah,
they like
like I
went
mean,
through.
the first thing I'm thinking of is kind of the fallen fires ritual
Yup.
that they use to
To
kind of pass
resist it.
through.
Yeah, so like
Um,
it seems as though it's something like that, but you can see remnants of it throughout the body. Like it's riddled with it. Um, and so you kind of see pieces of that in here. So when you are looking at a knoll and you're looking at one of these, they are fundamentally the same creature,
right.
but something happened to this one.
Hmm.
You're not sure what, and you haven't seen a lot of them in the outer city. The fact that you have seen this one in the outer city is a little bit strange.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to like take some notes, honestly.
Yeah.
Like draw some just like kind of sketches of kind of what I'm seeing.
Yeah. And at a certain point, like notes handed to any of the factions, that's good as a relative form of currency. It's not a lot, but it's good information. It's field information. Right?
Yeah.
Like, they're called Garmir. So, I saw Garmir out in the outer city, in this location near, whatever this Champions Gate,
Yeah.
whatever this gate is.
Any information's valuable.
Exactly. And they'll go like, oh, I didn't know they had reached that far, right? Like that kind of thing. So, this is a trade of information that will give you, curry you favor, if not gold, at least a little bit of favor with these factions.
Great.
Cool. That we
the-
survived that. Erasmus, do you want to have another one of these healing potions?
Yes,
Cool.
I will kind of, shrink down, and the spirits will rescind within me as this kind of, I take a chilled breath, and kind of like I'm hearing like it's like the shell shock of like, hearing the whine of that tinnitus sound disappears. It's like, oh, do you want a potion? Like, you want a potion? And it's like goes crystal clear all of a sudden, and I kind of shake my head and nod and just kind of take it.
Thank you, Your Eminence. I'm gonna kind of say to the air above your head, for all of that. That was great. Much appreciated.
It was amazing. Ghost, you all right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know our plan was to run. I don't know why I felt the need to put an end to this, to take out these scavengers of the souls of Drakkenheim.
Well, you sure did.
Absolutely.
We all did.
Maybe next time we run though.
Yeah, I can actually carry you guys and run at full speed.
Ah.
Really?
Faster than you can run.
That's great.
As we're looking around, the warg is still there, right? All the bodies are there.
Yep.
Now, is this a delirium contaminated creature? This is just a random monster.
Yeah, so this one is because wargs basically work with gnolls a lot. That's kind of their whole shtick. They're very trained. I think of like dogs for gnolls. The Garmir are gnolls. They're just contaminated. So this is just like a guard dog or an attack dog of one of the gnolls. So it's just a normal warg. Doesn't seem to be contaminated, which is also one of the things that you note, Thales, which is an interesting component, is that the warg's not contaminated. So it doesn't seem to be like something that is emanated from
Right.
these creatures.
So the warg has the same like resilience that the rest of them do, and it's not just like they've been here too long kind of situation. This is something that was undertaken.
Exactly. Yeah. It seems to be more information you get. It seems to be more of a conscious choice.
Fascinating. Okay.
And Rise looking at the warg and looking at the dead, contaminated gnolls, and pulls out a dagger, which is a chef's knife.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And the thought process, those are sentient. That
They had pets.
and just puts the chef's knife away.
Oh,
This one. Not even a thing.
When
just
character development is not eating a corpse.
I applaud your restraint.
it's a consideration. Well, it doesn't seem appropriate for the warg. Didn't do anything, and these, it's fine. And let's take a potion for fun and excitement.
Okay.
Phalese, how are you? Do you need a potion?
Oh, well, you know, I'm injured pretty bad, but I think I'm gonna make it.
Oh, because you can.
I just love this. Phalese is no longer invincible in his mind. He is mortal. He has been wounded.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
I mean, look, those 3 hit points. Who knows when I'll get them back? And that's a double-digit percentage of my hit points.
It's true.
And you can't get them back right now.
Not from long resting.
Short rest.
Oh, okay. So for other things, okay.
Yeah, I'm a potion drinker for a while.
Oh,
Until you fix that problem.
Yeah, don't presently have a way to do that. But you know, we've heard of some ways.
Fair enough. Would you like a potion?
There are some ways.
Do you have a potion?
I have one remaining potion. You know, I think I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna save this for when I really need it.
I have 5 potions, and you gave me one, right? You handed me one.
Yeah, I just gave you one.
I haven't drank it yet, so I'm gonna hand it back and say I already have some. So you hold on to that.
Oh, okay.
You used one on me. Thank you. I remember that.
Yes, I spilled some. Apologies about that. You know, a little difficult to wrangle when with the whole glow about you, you know.
And we're walking and talking.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Next encounter roll?
All right.
So actually, at this point, I'm gonna have each of you you're just gonna arrive at the crossing for the river.
Oh hell yeah!
So
we will pay.
Okay.
Yeah,
and you arrive on the shore, and you actually see he's just out there in the middle. He's just standing in his boat. He's not doing anything special. Sees you approach the shore, quickly rows over, and then same song and dance holds his palm out for each of you as you place 1 gold in each. You board, quick and easy, cross the river.
Is the rabbit that was there still
duck.
there?
Duck, yeah.
The duck.
Yep.
The ducks. Why would a rabbit be in the water?
It could have been an illusion.
You're right. So the duck is still there.
Yes.
This is gonna haunt Laurie.
As we're going by, Bailey's on her way in. You wanted to check out the duck.
That's true. That's true. How close does the raft get? It doesn't get that close, does it?
It does not, no.
Does it get within 30 feet?
It does get within 30 feet, yes.
I'm going to send Mage Hand out.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be like an anglerfish lure.
Dude, get out of my head. I was thinking it's evolved to have like angler.
But we're giving it a tug. This is the correct thing to do.
Bailey's, you were curious about this.
I was just wishing that I had a scroll of Mage Hand to do this with. So
I discouraged it on the way in because I was so focused and I wanted to get in.
We gotta find out what's up with the duck.
Let's check it out. So I send Mage Hand out. I just give it a little bitty little poke. Just a little bitty innocent little poke.
We're moving past. You gotta grab it.
I give it a little bitty tiny
grab. It's the
grab.
old poke and grab.
I give it a poke to see what it does. If I grab it,
when Josh isn't just being like, yeah, it's a duck. It's like, what? The fact that he's like, oh no, you guys weren't supposed to touch the duck at this level.
Maybe.
Not
like
this level. Hold on,
Fairies,
hold
your curiosity is a little
is-
contagious.
This is how we die. Just we survive I just took like 56 points of damage, and then the duck.
It turns out the duck is just a floating duck.
All right. Okay.
No big deal.
Nothing up with the duck.
Just give it a
So-
little poke to see does it move? Is it alive? What's the deal?
As
Summon the necromancer cabal.
you, it's yeah, exactly. Vroom, vroom, vroom. As Pixis stick is he's got got one of those long sticks he's pushing to the bottom of the river and pulling it back up and pushing to the bottom of the river. You send out the mage hand and you kind of tap the duck and just kind of bubbles, and you grab the duck. Are you gonna pull it to the boat? What's the game plan with grabbing the duck? Is that the game plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or try. If there's a if
I
there's
will
a
say
tremendous
before you
amount of
make a
push-
decision,
Yeah.
when you tap the duck, Pixis stick doesn't do anything. Keeps rolling.
Okay. What's the duck do?
It just when you tap it, it just bobs. It's like a booty.
Okay, so it's not a real duck.
No, it's a fake duck.
We already knew it wasn't a real duck.
Okay. So then I would absolutely. Okay. Failies, it's not real. Should I bring it in?
Absolutely.
Let's try to pull it in.
Okay, so as
This
your
is
mage
how we
hand grabs
die.
the duck and it bobs behind the boat as the mage hand kind of follows you. You reach the shore. Pixis stick doesn't even notice. You dock. You hit the shore. You step out. You command the mage hand to kind of pull itself over to the shore. It gets in front of you, and the duck is in the water, bobbing in front of you. It's just a little wooden, like hand-carved, hand-painted yellow duck. But you see underneath it, there's a rope that goes down below. What would you like to do?
It's like a drop. It's
like
like a
a-
cash.
Failies.
Or it could be a reverse
Here's your duck.
fisherman. This could be the lure.
Yeah.
Failies. What do you want to do?
Oh, let me check it out. Right? I'm gonna run up and grab the duck and try to pull it in.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So you
finish
pull.
that motion.
Okay. So you pull the duck out, and you keep pulling the rope, and you keep pulling the rope, and you keep pulling the rope, and you come up with a bag. But there's still more rope. So you put the bag in.
Oh.
Keep pulling rope. Keep pulling rope. Another bag. Keep pulling the bag. And you do that like a dozen times. You collect about 12 to 13 like little leather bags that jingle when you put them on the shore. Pixis stick still sitting there, doesn't even look at you. It's just kind of like bobbing in the water. All told, from his cash, you take 2,374 gold pieces. As you unbind all of these little satchels.
Wow.
He just sits there and bobs.
Oh.
Huh. And he doesn't seem to
Nope.
react to that. Okay. Can we pay to go across twice that more and replace the rope? Like
Yeah.
replace the duck at its spot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So just another 2 gold to go back and forth.
Yep, exactly. Yep, and he, as you approach the boat, holds his hand out. You put a gold in. He takes off, and you can just place the duck. pretty
This
much
is
wherever
so
you
much
want.
money. Is this okay? He seems okay with it.
He's not going to be spending it.
Can I wouldn't. There's no way to tell. I'm like, I want to know if we've heard anything about this. What do we know about him? Is there? I don't want to piss this guy. I don't want to piss this
So-
creature off. I don't want to create a problematic situation.
So, yeah, go for it.
I'd like to take 10 minutes that probably he's going across the river, retying it. I'm casting identify as a ritual
Mhm.
to make sure that we're not picking up his cursed gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally
To be
fine.
clear, we're picking it up whether it's cursed or not.
I'm
you don't
picking
you don't
first.
detect
Sorry,
any
my bad.
untoward magic on it
that's
at all, nor the
that's
duck.
790 gold to each
All
of
right.
you. As we just kind of like like greedily piece this out. Wow, so excited! I'm so glad we checked out the duck.
When you crossed over the first time, Ryan, each of you kind of did a history check on it. And Pixie Stick is essentially just a memory hooked Haze Hulk that is locked into his old job that he really enjoyed. And just enjoyed. He did it for a job. It was a job.
He's just kind of like
really just enjoyed
out of
talking.
habit putting money in.
Yep.
So he doesn't care. Can we replace some of the gold with other stones or anything sitting around so it's got some weight to it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We'll get him a present.
All right.
What can we spend this on?
I have 1,000 ideas. Our
Weapons, potions.
A gun.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about this.
there's some like morally or
Yeah.
oh, like do you think maybe he has descendants that he would have liked this to have this?
I can't.
Or are you worried that he might be unhappy that we're taking his gold? Because he's right here. There's no subterfuge happening.
Right, and I keep looking at him. I'm like,
Seems fine.
Oh God.
We'll get him like a hat or something.
All right. And
okay.
yep, I think we're gonna just carefully back away, and yeah, I think we'll end it there because it's 1 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're definitely gonna go ahead and end it there. You are now across the river in southern Drakkenheim, so only a couple more encounters until you are freed of the outer city. You've walked away with quite a few spoils.
This is
700 some gold apiece. Holy shit.
Yeah, plus the reward that you're going to get for that delirium shard.
Yeah.
right. I have
And from Ansem Lang.
yeah.
Well, yeah. If
I don't know if
Ansem
that's
gives
money,
you,
but
if
like
Ansem
whatever.
gives you a reward, yeah, you don't know yet.
Even if it's just appreciation, that's an award.
Yeah.
Hey, any sort of goodwill that we can get from any of the factions, or hell, anybody at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Particularly the Hooded Lantern, since they control a gate, and that's handy.
Right.
Yeah.
But wow, that was great. We didn't
What?
die.
Fun.
No, guys got again close, very close.
Thank God for that damn spirit.
Uh,
Because otherwise, I think we would have bailed.
Hey, your
I'm
saves
I'm
coming
really
in
glad we didn't fight the Manticore Troll combo, huh?
yes.
That would have been rough to go into the Knoll encounter with half as many hit points.
At least
Seriously.
any amount different would have been pretty dangerous for me.
Yeah.
And what, we have one more encounter? Is there one more left?
There's like two or three
Two more. Yeah.
2 or 3 more, yeah.
See,
So you get out.
what's
Depending
a
on the
warlock?
speed that you move. Depending on the speed.
All right.
Like if you just start booking it because you're like, oh, we're really close. Like it cuts it down. It just gets a little more dangerous. So
No, it's just gonna be no stealth.
yeah. So.
Which honestly, we're bad enough at stealth at this moment that I'm thinking maybe we make a break for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Dang, Josh, what a good
Yeah,
night.
we're
It was a
almost
blessing.
out of the first like deep mission into Drakkenheim. Almost
like-
out.
I'm just still so excited by like this system that it's just like, yeah, we had a session of nothing but like travel and random encounters, and this was exciting.
Yeah.
This was white knuckle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But what's next? What are we going to
Like,
see
yeah.
next? Yep, I was excited
Yeah.
about it.
it's so great having a system to make that stuff matter.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end there.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you.